What's up, people? Damn, I'm late for my own live. Well, I'm late 4 minutes, but that could be a freaking eternity for some people. 4 minutes enough for everybody to freaking forget who the fuck you are. So what's everybody doing on Saturday? Just hanging out, chilling. That's all I'm doing. Didn't have much of an exciting day today. Pretty much just hung out, did some cleaning, did some vacuuming, like you do. Did a little bit of thrift shopping. That was about it. Went ahead and took a look at, went to Salvation Army, Goodwill, my usual places I always go to. Let me go ahead and check my sound here. Let me go ahead and make sure I'm sounding good and that we're still at a decent rate. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Hello, my dog is winning. Be right back. Or you mean whining? There you go. Okay, Lisa, I think I just sent you the link. I sent you and Pauline the link through your respective messengers. I sent Tim the link also. I don't know if Tim's going to be coming up that quick. Me and Tim last night were doing a really late night stream last night because I don't know if all of you know, but usually, there it is, poof, as I put it up. On Twitch, I do I end up doing concerts and live streams. Basically where I just hang out and I play like full-length concerts, full-length music documentaries, stuff like that. We just hang out, we chat. It's pretty like informal. It's pretty cool. People seem to like it. And last night we were watching a couple of shows. I think I watched like Pink Floyd, Delicate Sound of Thunder, the remaster. I don't remember quite what else we played last night, but then we watched the White Stripes live at Rock and Ring 2007. Then we also watched American Epic, The Sessions. Not the documentary, but we watched the sessions, which actually had like Los Lobos, Steve Martin with Edie Raquel, different stuff like that, and talks about like the technology behind the way he was recording the songs for American Epic, the vinyl release he came out with, the sessions, which was a companion piece actually to the documentary. So he ends up talking about that and stuff like that. And me and Tim stayed up to it had to have been 6 o'clock his time because it was 3 a.m. my time. So it had to have been 6 a.m. for him. So Tim may be sleeping in today for all we know. More than likely. I'm noticing today, not too many people on Saturday. Usually, the VC's kind of like backed up. It's kind of bumper to bumper at this time. Saturday. As you can see, I'm having my coffee and my American Horror Story Normal People Scare Me cup. Oh, there's Tim and there's Lisa. Speaking of people, normal people scare me. There is Lisa and there is Tim.
Hey.
What's up, people? Ooh. I'm surprised you're awake.
I did sleep longer than normal. I couldn't believe what time it was when I woke up. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, because I was like thinking it was like 3 o'clock my time, so it had to have been 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I didn't go to bed till like 7.
Yeah. Okay. I think I fell asleep when the stream was still going. I just went and slept to the stream.
Oh, yeah. We watched the whole thing after you had gone to bed, Lisa. We watched American Epic Sessions.
Because,
which, you missed a good one, but...
Yeah, because the last one I think I watched was part of the White Stripes, and then I fell asleep.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, Eddie?
And then I got up again at 7 a.m. You know how it is when you got to go to the bathroom? Get up at 7 a.m. and then come back to sleep.
Yeah, it was good.
Hey, Tim.
I had watched it once before.
Hey, Eddie.
Oh, there's Paulina. Welcome to the room, Paulina.
Look what I got in the mail
today.
Hey,
beautiful people.
Hey, another Eddie?
Yeah, I got another Eddie coming. A blacklight Eddie. So now he adds to my collection.
Holy shit, Eddie. Today's your last day in L.A. I didn't know you were in L.A.
I saw a post, but I did not know that you were, I didn't know how long you were going to be there.
I don't think I have him on Facebook or any of my social media.
No, I had him on Facebook. I saw that he went out with the wax.
Okay, well.
Cool.
Well, I did not know. We could have, maybe arranged something.
Next time.
At least got together for a burger or something,
Yeah. I totally want to. I think by the end of the year, I think totally would be kind of cool. We all hang out. Do something at the end of the year, to celebrate 2024.
He was here for the baby metal shows. I'm curious of whether or not the rumor is true, because the rumor right now, unless it's like, Vinyl Community Urban Legends, that Eddie is like really, really tall. Because everyone was like saying,
I know.
a lot of people are saying, "Nah, I call bullshit," because Eddie looks short in his streams. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, the camera could be deceiving.
I mean,
you know?
how tall are you, Eddie? I'm curious now.
I mean, because like, look at Lisa. Looks like she's like 5'4", 5'6", but she's really only like 4 feet.
Yeah, exactly. I've been lying to you folks. I've been
He
lying.
says, I record shop today and yesterday. Sweet. I went out today too. I did a little bit of thrifting. Right. I probably bought stuff that I already had, for all I know.
Yeah, you're pulling a Groovy Lisa original.
5'10" and a half. So he's pretty tall.
Wow.
Pretty tall.
Wow.
Not like Mason tall. You know, Mason. Oh. Shit, man. He should be bouncing a freaking basketball.
Mason, you weren't here. You didn't see the stream when Mason measured himself against the door. Oh my gosh.
That kid is missing out. If he, I mean, they should have handed that kid a basketball a long time ago.
I asked him if he played basketball, and he goes, "You assume I played basketball."
Hey, Caitlin.
Hey, Kate.
Hey.
Caitlin has decided to grow.
Hey, what's wrong, baby? What's wrong? Come in here. Come in here, baby.
This is not Mason tall at all. No, he's like, and he almost like 7 feet or some shit like that.
I don't know. He's freakishly tall.
He could have took over for he could have been the new Chewbacca.
Hey, come in, Biggie. Welcome, Biggie. No, Biggie, come in.
Biggie? You have a dog named Biggie?
Yes, I named him after the rapper. Come here, Biggie. Want to say hi to the people?
Yeah, I bought some stuff, though. I went over I didn't find anything over at Goodwill. Goodwill was like all picked through, and I went to Salvation Army. Usually Salvation Army is a pretty good place to hit.
Yeah, you go to Salvation Army.
But I think some of these I have. I'm going to go with them, and if I have any of them, I'm going to VCLT them. But found Soft Style, the singles.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, this one's pretty clean. I mean, it was clean and stuff.
I only knew they had one.
You're also... Uh-oh, there you go. Paulina's showing off her Taylor Swift The Eras Tour bucket.
I found my face mask.
Single.
I found this one. I think this one I may already have, though. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think this is like one of those ones that everybody always has in their collection.
They didn't give you
no, that's a great album, though. And it's different versions than the album versions for a lot of the songs. So it's worth
it. Oh, okay. Okay, Take Me On Your Words, Goodbye Girl, Cool for Cats, Up to the Junction, Slap and Tickle, Another Nail for My Heart, Pulling Muscles from the Shell, If I Didn't Love You, Is That Love, Tempted, Black Coffee in Bed, and Annie.
Oh, I love that song, Tempted.
It's the 45 version, so if they were different, and a lot of them were, then it's the 45 version.
This must be an original. I mean, it's from 82 because it says nothing.
Yeah, no, when they remaster, those original Master series, like the Millennium sort of things that came out, they did that album as one of those. It was exactly that album in slightly in the Millennium kind of packaging, but it was the same. It's weird, but it's one of the few albums they did that to, and I'm like, which is nice. It got remastered, which is good, but hey,
how you doing, Mike?
They made one of those.
Salvation Army is usually good. Salvation Army is usually good about giving 25% off coupons. I don't know if they gave you one, but they always give me one when I go.
Yeah, some of you emo kids are getting old because now these are starting to pop up there. These are starting to pop up now.
No, let me tell you, they're going to reissue North, that album, and they're going to reissue Coming Through the Bathroom Window on vinyl. I'm going to get those.
That I found in this. This I'm pretty sure I think I already have one. Pet Shop Boys Disco. Pet Shop Boys Disco. It's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs, but it's like 6 pretty bangers. 6 bangers, you know. In the Night, Suburbia, Opportunities, Pen and Arrow, Love Comes Quickly, West End Girls. Yeah, I know I have this one. I think I actually had this one on cassette when I was a teenager.
Oh, you're pulling a Lisa because Lisa buys albums she already owns.
Yeah. I realized I was underdressed, so.
Ooh. Come up here.
Oh no, she's in her Taylor Swift era now.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Here we go.
Oh.
She's in her Taylor Swift mode.
I'm trying to get you views with the dog.
Oh, there you go. I'm like, I don't have any animals around me right now. Surprisingly, I always got some animal at my house around here.
Oh, he's scratching me.
Yeah, and I guess somebody was decided to turn in. They were like too depressed about their Sinead O'Connor, so they started turning over Sinead O'Connor. So I found this one. This one I know I didn't have already. This one I have on vinyl though.
Ah.
Lion and the Cobra. So this one I already had.
You're becoming me because I like buying. Oh, the Starting Line's a good one. That's their best album.
Yeah, somebody else is turning, like I said, turning in all their old emo albums. They probably like turn out and said, "Oh, that was like so 2005."
I have that. I have a T-shirt. I have a T-shirt somewhere with Starting Line on it because I went to see them in 2006.
This must have been from the same person.
Oh, Snow Patrol.
Snow Patrol. This has Chasing Cars. Talk about so sad. Talk about emo in your feels.
You know what I have? I have their very first album. That was pretty emo too. The very first Snow Patrol album.
Hey, Dwayne, what's happening? Nice to see you in the room. Yeah, Snow Patrol, not too well acquainted. Not too well acquainted. I only know about the one song, Chasing Cars. That's about it.
Yeah, their first album was very good. You should check it out. They also have a song called Run. That was a big hit for
on the same album?
Not on that album. It's on their first album. And they have another good song, Chocolate. That's a good one too.
Oh shit, they're on the same label as The Cure. They're on Fiction.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I saw Snow Patrol one time live. They opened up for Ed Sheeran.
I don't think I've ever seen another artist on Fiction besides The Cure. Yeah, Fiction. Yeah. It's like I know that was their European label. Was Fiction.
Why? I remember.
I remember when I had bought like a bunch of like import, Cure records during the 80s and stuff. Yeah. A lot of them were on Fiction.
Yeah, I have one Cure record, one Cure album that I found at the Goodwill a long time ago.
Yeah, just like the Smiths are on Rough Trade, but I mean, Lisa wouldn't know about that. But I mean, yeah.
Hey, I bought something.
Lisa
from Rough Trade. I bought something from Rough Trade a while back.
Was it the Smiths? I'm sure it was the
Smiths. No, it was the Arctic Monkeys. It was the Arctic Monkeys. The Car. Give me some credit. I bought a good album. That was a good album. I mean, not their best, but I bought. Yeah. You know what?
Oh, there you go.
Nobody can make fun of me about the Smiths anymore because now I have a Smith album.
Our resident trivia person, Zeb, said God Machine released 2 albums on Fiction Records, 1993 and 1994. See, there you
go. Yeahs were on Fiction.
Oh, they were? Yeah.
Okay. As well as Kate Nash.
Oh, I know Kate Nash. She had that one song. And Yeahs had that 2 songs that were actually big.
Oh, that one song? Yeah, I remember that song.
No, you know the song.
Everybody has that one song.
No, the 3. They had Maps, Heads Will Roll, and Fever to Tell.
Yeah. I know those. Yeah.
I think Map was their biggest, right, Pauline? I think Map was their biggest song.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's where their name came from. Like, they're like, "Oh, do you know that band? Oh, yeah, I know them."
but I like the remix that they did of Head Will Roll. I like that remix.
I wouldn't be surprised that Yeah comes from a Beatles reference.
Probably.
Rough Trade is also a Canadian.
Huh. Well,
because back in '64, the French music scene was starting to become like all sounding like Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
So they described their music as French, which is basically,
yeah.
Like the connotation of "She Loves You."
And I keep on saying now it's like sticking my head. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I looked it up because I was curious.
My brain's farting now. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, so, yeah. You know what, Paulina? You know how they got their name?
How?
They overheard someone saying, yeah. That's how they got their name.
Keep it simple, stupid. They're like, well, we just thought it sounded interesting. They were saying, yeah. Where they have it saxophone. Oh, yeah. They could have been called the oh, yes.
You know what I learned last night, Dusty, watching all those videos?
What did you learn?
I learned that recording rap on 1920s technology doesn't improve it at all.
Yeah, you missed Paulina and Lisa. After you guys left, me and Tim watched American Epic: The Sessions.
Yeah.
And they have a session there where Nas gets 2 freaking sessions on it.
Uh-huh.
You know, where they ended up showing he was recording on
Yeah.
the old equipment that Jack White had restored and stuff like that. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, and he was like, yeah, the rap music does not sound any better on this equipment than it does on
I mean, I only know one Nas album, and that's Illmatic. I don't know what his other albums are named.
I like the part though where Los Lobos recording and the machine breaks, the strap breaks, and no, we're just too heavy for it. We're just too heavy for it.
Yeah, Los Lobos. They live
so-
in the Mexican Monterey Park, East.
But they got the finish. Who are those guys that didn't? Not that I'm a fan of theirs. I
The
don't think they're
Argot, or something like
No,
that.
the Abbott brothers. The Abbott brothers.
Okay,
Oh,
there
the
you go.
Abbott brothers. Yeah.
Abbott, yeah.
Brothers. They didn't get to finish theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
Me
don't
and my
think
sister
they
go
can
see 'em.
sing particularly well. Any of them.
I wonder if that just gave like Jack White an out because like they ended up having technical difficulties. And, oh, we're gonna go ahead and fix it because then all of a sudden they just skipped like they didn't even exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just like skipped, and maybe Mike White was like, Jack White was like, oh, their scene wasn't that great. Let's just go ahead and pass it on.
Yeah.
They're just like,
they were almost worse than Nas.
I think the most interesting.
I wasn't vibing. That's the only act
Mhm.
I didn't like. I even liked the Hawaiian act. Yeah, Lisa, your grandparents were on there.
Yeah, they totally reminded us of your grandparents.
Oh, you
It was
know,
like old Hawaiian
my
music.
My
Mhm.
grandparents haven't been on Twitch in a long time. I wonder if they're okay.
I hope they're okay. I hope one of them didn't get sick or something of that sort.
Because my accordion
Mhm.
dude is not on anymore. I think he fixed his house for him
He
and
probably
his
got
wife.
his house paid for.
He got his house fixed, and he's got a new girlfriend.
No, he's
Yeah.
because he was saying he was going to fix his house for his wife.
He met some chick named Ninotchka or some shit like
Yeah.
that. Ninotchka or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
What's a Russian name? I don't know.
He met one
Natasha?
of the ladies on the dog rescue channel on the neighboring country there.
Oh yeah.
And I make
Probably
these scenarios up in my mind. I love that dog rescue channel though, so I won't make fun of it.
Yeah.
Lisa can do that too. She can end up making up scenarios in her mind. I mean, if you've ever had the pleasure of having a conversation with Lisa on the phone, I mean, if sometimes Lisa gets to such a mode where you can put the phone down, walk away, and cook dinner, and come back, and she's like, "But I was thinking about," and she's still going.
Exactly. Someone told me I should be a writer because I
Yeah.
come up with good stories.
Yeah, but of course, like every third sentence, like, I don't know what I was thinking there. But anyways.
You making me sound like Jerry Seinfeld. Maybe I am Jerry Seinfeld.
It's the hat. It's the hat, the hat is containing all of your brains.
Oh, have you guys heard those rumors that Seinfeld's coming back?
Oh
yeah,
no.
I read something about that in passing. I think it was like a
I don't know.
Why
the
come
show
back?
about nothing.
It's like, why bring Fraser back?
Exactly. Why come back?
Because they brought Fraser back, and
older people aren't as funny as younger people.
Minute.
They just never are.
They brought Fraser back. That's horrible.
They brought Fraser back, but I think it's like a completely different reboot. It's like not even the same storyline. I don't think.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I didn't even know. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know it actually happened. Though.
Wait. Is Kelsey Grammer in it?
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer's in it.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer.
I don't know if his brother's back though.
Oh my God!
His father certainly isn't back.
Yeah, certainly not.
Oh hell no! Hell no! If his brother's not on the show, I'm not gonna watch. What the hell?
Yeah, because he's in a completely different city too.
Isn't there either? The maid, because that was his father's physical therapist. That was her whole reason for being there.
No, and they don't have. No way.
But I'm curious. I mean, it's like if they end up bringing him back, they do a reboot. Are they can bring Michael Richards back?
Probably.
Well, it's been years since that.
It's been years.
No.
My thing about Frasier, believe it or not, I had a huge crush on Roz. So if they don't bring Roz back, then I'm not interested at all. Even though she's going to be fairly old now, but. I really liked her. She was like my favorite character.
I know. Where's Roz on? Oh no! I can't get behind this.
I'm kind of behind on the panel here, or the
yeah. I looked into it. None of them are coming back.
No.
It's like it's basically like a whole new city, a whole new thing, but it is still in the same universe. Just that
you're talking about Frasier, right?
Yeah,
okay.
No.
When it comes to Seinfeld, I want I want there to be a scene where they're all walking out of jail.
Well, that I said that, but they were only in jail a year, so they can't do that now. I said that.
Is he frozen or is it my computer?
No, he's freezing at me. He's going cyber.
Some quick cash.
Hey,
as soon as I try to say something, my internet goes out every time.
Okay, there. Now you're back. You're back.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. Now, what were you saying? I'm sorry, Tim.
Well, as soon as they wrap, they should have started a movie. That would have been that just carried on the show and then ended it properly. It would have had a guaranteed audience of millions and millions of people. Have it done about a year after the show ended. Open it up with them getting out of jail, and then here's your Seinfeld movie, and now we really are goodbye. They should have. That could have been so cool.
Welcome, Ed, Mr. Hasenritter. I think that's the first time he's ever been here. But how are you doing? Welcome.
I don't see Julia Louis-Dreyfus coming back for Seinfeld. Well, and the reason why I say that is because she's getting ready to film the new Captain America movie, as well as the new Thunderbolts movie for Marvel, because she's gonna be like a very big character on both of those. She already made her presence known in Black Widow, as well as Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and one other thing. So she's sort of like putting together like an anti-hero kind of group with Harrison Ford, who's taking over for William Hurt as Thunderbolts Ross. So he's going to be very, very busy doing the Marvel stuff.
And we know Kramer's not coming back.
I don't see her coming back that kind of stuff. Silly as Seinfeld.
I mean, she's not in nearly every scene. When they filmed the third season of Arrested Development, most of those people weren't available very much. They just filmed around their schedules and filmed when they could, and very few times were more than two characters together in the same scene, because they couldn't. They just wrote stuff where they wouldn't be, so that there's always workarounds. Because by the time they did the third season of Arrested Development, suddenly a couple of those people were actually had decent careers.
Don't bring back Matt.
You know, Dwayne, there's a guy who has a YouTube channel, Dave Sundstrom. I mean, he's pretty big now, but his name is Dave Sundstrom, and he does like this thing where it's all vintage television stuff like that. And he was like doing this video where it was all like TV show reboots that didn't quite make it. And I think MASH was one of them where they ended up doing like this thing where they turned around and made a sequel to it.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But I think it was
MASH.
Like,
two
was
MASH
there?
spinoffs. Yeah. It was after
and I was
MASH, which was Jamie Farr and I can't think of his name, Colonel Potter.
Yeah, because he works as a hospital administrator, and I guess Colonel Potter works as a doctor.
The other one, people forget about this, but Trapper John MD is a spinoff of MASH.
It is, yeah.
It's Trapper John, for God's sake. You can get the same guy to play him, but it's still Trapper. It's still a spinoff of MASH.
But I think the part, Dwayne said that was after MASH. I think the thing that made Jamie Farr's character so funny was that he dressed up like a woman because he was trying to get out, trying to get out of the army. So I mean, that's what made his character funny. I mean. And I guess they took that away when, they did Aftermatch. And I think that kind of killed his character a little bit. It's like it took away most of his like magic,
Yeah, and Jamie Farr wasn't.
Well, it was what happened towards the end of MASH was that he realized that, because I guess he fell in love in Vietnam, and he wanted to stay in Vietnam. So it was like, at the end, he never went back home after everything dispersed. He stayed there. So. That's where the whole cross-dressing thing got taken away, because he no longer needed to do that,
Vietnam.
Well, it was the Korean War, not Vietnam.
He did other things as well to try to get out. My favorite was he tried to eat a Jeep one piece at a time. And he's getting really sick. He's like, oh, and he's like, I'm clogged up and I'm really sick. And Colonel Potter says, this too shall pass. That's it. That's all he's got to say about it is this too shall pass. And
Caitlin said, I would love to see the Danny again because I want to see if Fran and Max are still married.
I think that show ended perfectly well.
She is like, isn't she the president of SAG-AFTRA now? Yeah. I was about to say, she has the jobs that actually Ken Reeves used to have. Or whatever his name is. The guy who was on The White Shadow. I forgot what his real name is. It's not Ken Reeves, is it? No, that was the name of his character. I forgot what his real name is. I can't think of it either. And it's like funny because like I'm a major White Shadow fan. It's like I revisit it like The Sopranos like every year. I at least go through the whole thing at least once. Dwayne, that was for Freezing Like the Blues Brothers 2000 movie. It was after MASH.
I really love that Blues Brothers 2000 movie. I think it was great considering like all the mega blues stars that was in that movie. Not only did you have like B.B. King in it, you also had like Steve Winwood, Eric Clapton, Bo Diddley, you had Johnny Lang, you had the Blues Travelers, you had Paul Schaefer, Erykah Badu, so many people in that movie.
Yeah.
And I was always sad that it didn't do as good as it should have. I think that was like one of those movies that people totally looked over, and I
refuse to see it.
Hey, Fox guy.
A lot of people did for the same reason I did.
It's kind of hard to see a movie,
right? When you add a kid, it just smells of desperation, and that's it. You add a kid, I'm out.
No, it's just hard to do a movie without.
Doesn't save a marriage and doesn't save a TV show or a movie.
I mean, I like Dan Aykroyd, but I just think without John Belushi,
I'm not a big John Belushi fan. Either.
Yeah, it just didn't really. It didn't really have the same.
No, Jim Belushi was not in it.
It was John Goodman, wasn't
it?
John Goodman. Okay, well, I'm not a big John Goodman fan either. I don't like either one of those guys.
I mean, I liked him in Roseanne. I like John Goodman in Roseanne, and that's about it.
He's won me over throughout the years, John Goodman. I think not because. He's done a lot of great parts, like Patriot Day was great. He was amazing in that one.
The Gambler.
The Gambler.
Red State.
He just plays the same person in every film.
He is a good actor.
Even when he's the what mythical creature is he? Is it the Minotaur? He's somebody in Oh Brother Where Art Thou? Because that whole thing is the Odyssey.
I gotta defend him.
He's the one-eyed guy, but he's just being John Goodman,
Yeah.
He's just. I don't ever see him as anything but John Goodman.
I gotta defend John Goodman because we acted in a TV show for many years. Me and John Goodman, we were in a TV show for many years. I played Roseanne.
I think Lisa said
it equals added kid.
He was Fred Flintstone. He was the perfect Fred Flintstone, and
I never saw that either.
But he was, he was good. He was good in Argo. I don't know if you've seen Argo. He was good in Argo.
Yeah,
Argo was a good movie.
I've only ever seen 2 or 3
and
films.
Of course, Fox guy said it. Big Lebowski.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Big Lebowski was definitely.
I love that movie.
The old Roseanne episodes were the best. Yes, they were. I mean, they totally ended up screwing it up when they tried to bring it back when they did the reboot and they turned around and brought it back. Because I mean, that was one of the things that ends up hitting you like hard is that at the end that you end up finding out, how they sewed everything up was because the last year was just fucking off the rails bizarre. And people were like, all the freaking newspapers and shit and all People magazine, everyone, they were attacking her, telling her how horrible it was. It was trash. She was ruining the show. And she was telling people, wait, it's all going to make sense at the end. It's all going to make sense at the end. And people were like, no, they didn't want to have it. And then at the end, it made sense that, how she was writing a book and she was like making up all these things and she was going along to cope with the fact that life had really turned out shitty and Dan had died, and instead of David and Darlene being together, it was actually that Darlene was with Mark and stuff like that, and that Becky was with David because she thought it would be better to switch them around, and that actually the mother wasn't a lesbian, that Jackie was the lesbian. So she switched that around because she always felt that Jackie was weak, and she wanted to make her stronger by being, a feminist lesbian, or something. Or no, she thought that, I forgot how that switched around. But anyways, it was completely different. But then that kind of ruined it too, because you're like going, well, damn. So the whole movie was her imagination. Yeah, or the whole show was like,
well, that's how they ended Saint Elsewhere, and what a letdown! Imagine watching all those seasons of Saint Elsewhere to find out it's just a kid looking into a snow globe, imagining the whole thing. It's like, well, that's a waste of however many years I watched that show.
It was funny. It was the first scene though when they did the reboot of Roseanne was her and Dan in bed, and she gets up, she's like, "I thought you were dead." And he's all, "Why does everybody keep on telling me that?" He's like, "Why?" It was like, "Why does everybody keep telling me that?" But then, I mean, of course, then she didn't burn her big mouth, and she said some stuff that she should, of course, not said. Which, I mean, Roseanne being Roseanne and shit, and they just turned around and killed off her character. But I thought the way they killed off her character was horrible.
They did that to another show too. They did that to Will and Grace. When Will and Grace originally ended, it ended with it was like years later. Both Will and Grace had kids with different lovers and stuff. And then they meet each other again, and because they're helping their kids move into their dorms, and they haven't seen each other for years, and all of a sudden they became friends. And then at the end, Jack is now living with God. What is Megan Mullally's character's name? I forgot her name.
I've never seen an episode. So
I forgot. Anyway,
they ended like them together and stuff like that, and then they decided to reboot the show years later, and they're like saying, "Man, I had an awful dream that we got older and and we had kids and they went to college. Yeah, what the fuck was all of that about?" And I was like, "Why did you do that? Why did you?" I was like, "Oh my god!" That's why I never watched an episode of the new reboot.
They just run out of ideas. But Fox guy's right. That Newhart, that's a dream ending that worked. That's a dream ending that was so unexpected.
Never seen that show before.
I was gonna say, I know a lot of people say you were freaking culturally ignorant because I just never got into Bob Newhart. It's like I watched a couple of episodes. My mother used to watch it a lot. But I just never got into it.
There was the Bob Newhart show and Newhart, two different shows. Yeah. And if you don't know, the first one he plays a psychiatrist. He's married to Suzanne Pleshette. It's got Bill Daly from I Dream of Jeannie in it, and it was a very funny show. Second show was he owned an inn basically. I forget what you call them, but he owned a hotel, sort of. It's
like a bed and breakfast.
American Faulty Towers. That's what it sort of was. And there's the three brothers, Daryl, and Daryl. Anyway, at the very end of the last episode, it's gone to commercial, blah, blah, blah. It comes back for a quick ending. And he wakes up. He's in bed. He wakes up. And he's like, "Man, I had the weirdest dream." And his wife wakes up and sits up next to him, and it's not his wife from the show; it's Suzanne Pleshette. And they're in their old Newhart apartment, and he's like, "I had this dream. I was running this hotel, and I was married to this busty blonde, and with these three brothers." And it's just like, wow, what an incredible ending!
It sounds like an episode of Married with Children.
It was. No, because it was the wife from the first show. I mean, it was they ended Newhart or the Bob Newhart show, not Newhart. That's what they ended, really. I mean, it was,
I don't know what it is. I just never got his humor, and it's like I had a friend in the past who was really had records of his. Like of a stand-up and stuff like that.
I love his records.
Yeah, and was trying to like play them for me and stuff. And I was like, I don't get it. I don't get his humor.
He wrote a book a bunch of years ago, and I wanted to get it just because of the title. The title was called "We Shouldn't Even Be Doing This,"
I love.
Everybody asked him, what
Call
does
us
that
out.
mean? And he's like, it's an old joke.
False guy. They're too young, Jim.
Yeah, they are.
We old as
No. Because I used to watch the Bob Newhart show a lot as a kid, and so I remember for my senior trip, they took us out to Hollywood to see a taping of Mad TV, and the special guest during this taping was Bob Newhart. And I was like the only person who knew who Bob Newhart was because I loved him from the show, and also I loved him in he was the movie in and Out with Kevin Kline, where Kevin Kline plays a teacher who realizes that he's actually gay, and Bob Newhart plays the principal. And but I saw him at the taping, and then the guy that was emceeing is like, "Hey, does anybody know who the guy is that came out?" I was the only one who raised my hand. I was like, I do. And then he's like, you know who he is? I was like, yeah, that's Bob Newhart. But the Bob Newhart show, I love him.
People know who he is because of Elf these days, unfortunately.
Yeah, because Elf.
I love him in Elf.
But Bob Newhart changed comedy. He was the first guy to do like fake phone calls, to just stand there and he took his time and was quiet. And he was like the first comedian that did stand up that was like quiet and took his time. And he sort of revolutionized comedy.
Speaking of Elf, we were reminds me of Will Ferrell. The other day we were talking about Step Brothers. Remember, we were messaging each other talking about Step Brothers.
Yeah.
It's funny because my son had made a big, huge picture of Kool-Aid, and I don't really drink Kool-Aid, often. For some reason, it was in the refrigerator when I went in there, and I was like, okay, let's see, Pepsi, water, Kool-Aid. I was kind of like, oh, I want that Kool-Aid. It was the blue stuff, And I had a big glass of it. He makes awesome Kool-Aid, but he puts so much freaking sugar in it. And I was like, I took a picture and I sent it to these two, and I was like, oh, look at it. I'm having Kool-Aid, blue Kool-Aid, and watch Step Brothers. Because in that movie, that's all he's drinking is blue Kool-Aid. Yeah. But damn, my heart I started getting palpitations after I drank it. I was like, boom, 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 all the sugar. I was like, damn.
I want to Baja Blast now.
So I want to tell the joke that Bob Newhart named his book after. It's not a good joke. It's a pretty poor joke, but it's funny enough to name a book. I see why I named a book after. There's this couple that they each have a spouse, but they're having this illicit affair, and they get together one night at his apartment or his house, whatever. His wife's away, and they're in bed, and they're doing their thing, and they're doing their thing, and they're doing their thing, and finally the woman looks him in the eye and says, kiss me. And the guy says, kiss you? We shouldn't even be doing this. And that's where the title of Bob Newhart's book comes from, that joke.
Just like, what was the name of the, there was another record. I mean, the same guy, a friend. And you're going to think this was in high school, Tim. That this kid I don't know if he grew up on hearing these records from his parents or what it was, but we're in high school and he's trying to play me like Bob Newhart records and Elaine May and Mike Nichols records and stuff like that.
I have one of those. I didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, this is the funniest record.
Yeah, but that I did find funny. I did find, Mike Nichols and Elaine May funny, stuff like that. And but especially the telephone calls. Is that what it is? The telephone? She's a telephone operator. I think something like that.
When I have the first track, they're in an operating room and they're having an affair. and he's the doctor and she's the nurse, and they're having a fight over the patient. And finally, she's like, "Until you make up with me, I'm not gonna help you at all." The patient's dying. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, but there was this guy. What was his name? Jeremy French. His name was Jeremy French. And he just had like all these old records. And I think it was just one of those things where, unfortunately, I think his dad had passed away like not too long before that. And he ended up with all his dad's records and his dad's old. He had beautiful turntables. Now that I think about it, now that I'm older, I can see it. He had like the old Pioneer turntables, the vintage ones and stuff like that. This like probably around 86, 87. and stuff. But he had like, he had all set up in his room, I guess. His mom was probably going through something at the time, and because the father had passed. But he had like his dad's stereo system and records and everything, and but he used to play me his dad's comedy records, and he had like Bob Newhart and like I said, Mike Nichols and Elaine May, and of course he had like all kinds of other records he would play and stuff like that. But
I think comedians were funny back then. I don't think they're funny anymore. I don't think they've been funny for a long time. I just think they're dirty, and I'm not a prude or anything, but that's never appealed to me. Dirty comics, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed when I hear a dirty I cringe. It's like seeing a friend on stage sing that can't sing, and you sort of, it's the same sort of feeling with me with dirty comics. So I
love me some rapping Rodney Dangerfield.
Well, where would you end up saying that actually like all the cussing really started? Was it Lenny Bruce that started all the cussing, or would you say it started way before?
It's not just the cussing. They just get down and get dirty and disgusting, and I'm like, that's just embarrassing to me. There are women in the audience. I'm of an age where I still don't think a woman should be hearing this kind of thing. I'm sorry, but that's how I was brought up. And you be polite. You don't swear in front of my father. Never swore in front of my mother ever, because
you should tell that to my dad. You should tell that to my dad.
See, there you go, Fox guy. That's what I was about to mention was Red Fox. My mom had these albums that were called Laugh of the Party. And I guess they were like different volumes, like 1, 2, and 3 or something like that. She had them. That was the first time I had ever heard like some really nasty shit on record. And those records were like from the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah. And my mom would always be like, don't play these, don't play these, don't play these. Stuff like that. I'd be like, okay, but, of course, like older, kick him.
It's funny. The records that they considered blue back then, a lot of them are, not all of them, not Red Fox, but a lot of them are like people like Rusty Warren. All of her records were adult owned. You listen to them now, and she's just singing about her dinghy, and and it's just like
LaWanda Page. Jesus Christ. I always knew her as, the aunt on freaking, Sanford and Son. I didn't really know much about her. And then I remember watching her in that movie Shakes the Clown, where she turns around and she goes, "Ooh, I got that peanut butter pussy." She's all, it's brown, sweet, and easy to spread. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, that's freaking, Aunt Esther or whatever, And then my mother turned around and said, "You don't even know how nasty she was. That was clean compared to her comedy."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" So yeah, she was horrible.
Yeah.
Hey, Trish.
I do buy Red Fox records when I see them in nice condition, which is rare. Usually those things are beat. They're some of the most beat up records I ever see are Red Fox records for whatever.
They were all on the same label. I don't know what the name of the label was. I think it starts with a D.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's how she got hired. Sure Red Fox knew her from the comedy circuit for years and years and years.
I had seen a comedy record from another guy who was on the same label, but I think that label was just known for the blue comedians. Probably what it was.
I haven't had
funniest cover ever. Wash your ass. Red Fox. That's where he's holding up the jackass. He's up. It's jackass.
I'm trying to think of the comedian that was famous in the late 50s and 60s that was a bit blue, but Mom's Mabley. I have a record by her, and it is one of the least funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
Aunt Esther was B.B. King's Lost Love. Get the fuck out. You're fucking with me, Fox guy. Her and B.B. King had a thing?
B.B. King was with her?
I'm assuming that's what Fox guy means. I'm assuming. Let's see, DJ Trish said, I think what blew people away about Bill Cosby because his comedy was clean yet funny. Yeah, I mean, I remember I had a lot of like Bill Cosby records. Don't tell me where I got them at. But yeah, they were very clean. And it's like he made like, his comedy was about like everyday things, like, people experience being parents and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, I guess it was funny. So I guess it was kind of shocking to find out what he did.
But he was the biggest, prude ever, considering what he did, what came out of him years later. Because I remember watching, I'm not going to repeat much of what was said, but you see the whole Eddie Murphy Raw, and then he's talking about his conversation with Bill Cosby, and Bill Cosby is rating him one because, he says a lot of cussing and stuff like that.
You cannot say fuck.
Yeah.
He's all, really? I'll say what I want. I'm afraid that you called. Fuck you.
And then he tells Richard Pryor what he says, and he was like, "Fuck that guy. He's like the biggest prude ever." And then years later, we realized that like what happened to Bill Cosby, he's like being the whole Me Too thing blew up, and look what happened to him. His image is all ruined.
He's Richard Pryor said, "Tell the motherfucker, I said, have a coconut smile. Shut the fuck up."
I want my daddy's records back.
Oh my god, that was so funny. They have T-shirts with that shit on it, with Bubba on there saying, "I want my daddy's records."
I just had
that was like the funniest episode.
Oh my god,
my dad's records.
Bar none, the funniest episode of Sanford and Son, bar none.
Holy shit, that was an episode. It was revealed in that episode that Fred stuck in the window and banged Esther accidentally instead of his wife, who was her sister.
Whoa.
What episode? Okay, they said there was a classic episode of Sanford and Son where BB wanted to pay back for stealing Esther. Okay, now, I have the whole complete series. I got to go back and check that shit out.
Damn.
I got to go back and check it out.
Wildly. Sanford and Son.
I think I have them all on the computer, too, but if I try to play that episode, I'm pretty sure they'd take us down. Dwayne says, I have BB King's guitar picks. Nice.
The coolest thing about Sanford and Son, and someone showed me a clip of it a while back, is I guess these two guys were like, they're stealing some coins and stuff like that. And one of the guys that was stealing the coins was, God, I know his first name is Jonathan, but I forgot his last name. But he's the guy that comes out in Breaking Bad.
Is he the one that the name I know who you're talking about. God,
he was also in Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills Cop.
Wait, now I gotta look it up.
The one who lived across the way who had the goat. No, wait, no, I'm thinking of somebody else. Never mind.
It's not Jonathan Banks, is it the actor
Jonathan Banks? Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, I know the face, but I do not remember the name.
He was he was like the main guy in Beverly Hills Cop, and then we knew him in Breaking Bad as like like sort of like a cleaner or something like that. His character was. He was really good, and I didn't realize that he goes far back as Sanford and Son. I was like, wow, he looked so young in that show. And
Talk about another show.
That show too.
Talk about another show that had a freaking sequel that freaking failed. The Sanford Arms, which didn't even. I don't think it even had him in it. It didn't even have Red Fox in it. It was somebody else. What was his name? I forgot. The one who you see. He was he was a character actor during the 70s. They were always using him on Good Time and stuff. He'd always play a pimp or he'd play a hustler. I forgot what the name of the guy was, but he was a character actor. It was him on Sanford Arms. I think that's probably one of the things that didn't work. That's the reason why it probably didn't work. They tried to make him like he was like this straight-laced businessman who was a father and a family figure, and and all these years they've been having him go like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? He'd be out Good Times, trying to like get JJ to buy crack or some shit or whatever.
We don't want
they had him like. Yeah, they had him on all these different shows.
No. We like that Sanford and Son had a shady kind of show, and we don't want straight lace. We wanted them fighting with each other and bickering. That's what we love about Sanford and Son.
Bubba Jams too. He was a real. Really, he was a real.
He was? No, he wasn't. He's fake. Now I gotta look this up. Bubba Jams.
He said that Bubba Jams too, and others like he jams. Not his name is Bubba Jams too. he's all looking up Bubba Jams too. There ain't no thing in Bubba Jams too.
No. I'm looking up Bubba Jams. I know how to read. I think I've been long enough to know how to read. Oh my god. No, he's not real, you fucker. He's not real.
Who, Bubba?
Yeah, he's not a real musician.
Well, look up the actor's name.
Yeah. The guy might be. It just might not be his real name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
look up the actor's name.
What's the name of that episode, Sanford?
I want my dad's records. I don't know, but we watched it once, didn't we? I think we were on a private stream. We were watching. I want my dad's records.
Okay, I found it. I think I found it.
What was the name of the character whose records they were?
The Blind Mellow Jelly Collection. That's the
name of the episode. Yeah, that's what it was. They were like 78s.
Yeah. Okay. The name of the guy is Don Beasley. And no, he's not a musician. He's an actor.
You sure? Maybe at one time he was a. You gotta go look up his Wikipedia.
Well, he was on Archie Bunker's show.
Said Don Bexley.
Don Bexley. He played Bubba Bexley. Okay, wait, we're looking for Bubba Jam, right? Oh, now I gotta look them all up.
No, his name is Bubba.
Bubba. Well, this guy's character is Bubba Bexley, so I'm assuming that's the right character.
No, his name was Don Bexley. Bubba was the name of his character on Sanford and Son.
Yeah, his real name is Don Bexley. Let's look him up. Don Bexley. Yeah.
Lisa, come on now. You're usually good at this.
Well,
Lisa's falling off. You need a cup of coffee. Here you go.
No,
have some coffee. Here,
take
a little sip. Take a little
sip. Okay. He's not in these.
Okay.
Wait.
Go back to the Pepsi, Lisa.
I'm looking him up. He was a Bible scholar, a teacher, and his mother was a classical vocalist.
Yes, he said Bubba Jams in the episode, Lisa. He wasn't Bubba Jams. Good name for a band, though, huh?
I don't know. I give up. I give up with this.
Look at you're depressing Bubba Fox. He's like
Bubba's. I mean, he had a friend named Bubba, but it's not the same character.
I give up. You guys go back to what you.
Wasn't one of Fred Sanford's friends? Didn't he have Stymie as a friend too from the Little Rascals? I think that was one of his friends in his friend crew too.
I don't know.
Was it the original Stymie? I think maybe it was original Stymie.
I just know that the one cop from Barney Miller was a regular on that show before Barney Miller. And I think Freddie Prinze did an episode, and I think that's kind of where Chico and the Man came from.
That's a show that they don't have on DVD. You can't find it on DVD. Chico and the Man. I know that I went looking for it a few years ago, and I was only able to find maybe a volume 1, volume 2, which were the best of, and it only had maybe 4 or 5 episodes on each one. But they don't have the full series on DVD.
Yeah, my uncle used to have this too. Of
Chico
and the Man.
And I don't think it's ever been. I mean, it was in syndication, of course. That's because that's how I remember seeing it. But I don't think that it's been in syndication, on TV Land or anything like that recently, where people were able to go ahead. Because there's a lot of people that ripped it. They would rip it from TV Land or Antenna TV, and they would go ahead and put them on DVD. So at least you can buy a bootleg. I don't even think there's bootlegs out there of it.
No, there's some on eBay. There's some on eBay, but they're very good. And I don't know if they're real.
What about Amazon Prime? Do you think Prime might have it? Not to watch for free, but maybe just to buy a season or something like that.
It could be a possibility. I could take a look, but right now, usually with Prime and stuff like that, it's I don't really like buying anything, off of Prime because you never know if it's going to move. Because I've had shit move on me from there.
Well, no. If you buy a movie from Prime, that movie is yours forever, because I bought movies and shows from Prime, and it's still with me. It's still in my account. I could watch it
but you probably already
I want. So if you buy the download and everything, it's yours forever.
Gregory Sierra Julio, there you go. He was the one who was on Barney Miller.
That's why I bought. There's this thing that was on.
What you talking about, Mike? What you talking about?
There was a documentary that was on Epex. It was called Laurel Canyon. Now, if you watched Echo in the Canyon, this is a really great add-on to it, because the cool thing about this is you're not going to get the performances that you got from Jacob Dylan and everybody. You're getting basically the story from the band members themselves. So you hear everything, especially clips from people that are no longer with us, like Jim Morrison, Mike Nesmith, Peter Tork, and a lot of other people that are sadly no longer with us. But they find a way to put them together to fit the narrative, and it's very beautiful too. And one of the people that's involved in it, and you see a lot of him, is his name is Henry Dix. Henry Dill, something like that.
He's
a very famous photographer. He was in the Modern Folk Quartet as a banjo player and lead singer, and then he became to be like a famous photographer that took some of the famous photos of Beach Boys, Love, Joni Mitchell, Crosby, Stills and Nash. Yeah, I gotta show you guys that documentary one of these nights.
Well, I found a place online you can watch it, but your internet might go a little dodgy. But I found a place online to watch Chico and the Man.
Oh, you found a place online to watch Chico and the Man? Where was
Well, it says archive.org. It looks like it's legit.
Okay, well.
Looks legit.
Oh, wait. Okay, well, they have all of season 1. Yeah, there you go. They do have them.
It looks legit, so I was like, I'm going to watch it.
It's Internet Archive.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's probably like in 360p.
Yeah, it's low. Yeah. It's low.
But better than nothing. I mean, better than nothing at all.
I mean, that was Freddie Prinze Jr.'s dad, and that was his.
That was his. I want to watch him because things disappear from the Internet Archive.
Yeah,
just
I mean, there was a time when
they've been having problems in the last year or two. People coming after them. Legal problems.
Well, there was a time where Internet Archive, something went up there and it stayed there. Well, we can say it hasn't been forever, but it would stay up there for years and years and years, and nobody would actually argue it. Because it was considered more of like a. Well, I guess it was considered a more reputable institution. They would leave it alone. But now it's like this copyright shit.
No, it's supposed to be public domain. It's always supposed to have been public domain, but
Yeah.
I went there on a few nights ago, and I saw the U.S. cut of Yellow Submarine, and it was great to see it again because I know that once the original cut was restored in 1999, that cut was no longer going to be seen. So it was great to seeing that one sequence that was made only for the United States that originally would have had Hey Bulldog on there. Plus, people have been putting like live clips from bands up there. They have like a lot of bootlegs of Edie Brickell that I love listening to.
Very true, Vinyl Kicks. Very true.
Anyway.
Yeah, I've bought a couple of them in the past, and I mean, I've gotten some pretty high quality.
I bought some.
Well, no, because there's like certain shows that my daughter likes to watch, and some of the box sets are really expensive. Like she's like really into the Vampire Diaries and the originals and Pretty Little Liars, and and for Christmas she wanted them, and I was like looking at the prices to buy them entire sets, and it was just like. I was like, no, I wasn't willing to pay those prices. And I'd go on eBay and I'd see like it'd be like a whole box set for like $40. So I was like, well, let me try one of my shows and see what kind of quality I get from the seller or whatever,
Yeah.
I forgot what show it was I bought, and it came in and it was pretty clear. It was clean. It was clear. It was obviously a complete silver disc transfer or whatever, and I'm pretty sure there's people out there going, those are fucking bootlegs. Why are you doing that, Justin? You don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Don't ever make videos about that stuff.
I
made a video about the Chinese mono box set by the Beatles and the stereo box set by the Beatles and the mono stone box set. People got really upset with
it. Some people get really
I wasn't
upset about
promoting them. I made the video. I made it very clear in the video. I'm asking the question: are these worth it? Should you buy them? But people just assume that the answer was yes because I did. And for me, it is yes, but I'm not telling anybody else to do it.
I think it depends on the individual person. It's like, like somebody like me. Okay, let's see. It's like, I'm a moderate Beatles fan. I'm not a hardcore Beatles fan. I'm what we consider a moderate. So for me, if I was to buy the box set and I bought it considerably cheaper, just so I could have a copy of it, put it up on my shelf, I'm pretty sure for me that would be fine. But someone like Paulina, who's a completist, and you guys are like Beatles collectors. I think it would be different for you guys because you guys would be like, no, we want an original or whatever it is.
I'm a musical. I don't care about CDs that much anyway. I mean, for me, it's either I'm gonna buy the bootleg for $50. I might even $45 shipped, or because I'm not spending $300 plus shipping for it. I'm not doing that. So
yeah.
it comes down to the bootlegger. I'm not having it, so I got the bootleg.
Yeah, and there's people that would attack you for it. They'd be like, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing that. It's a bootleg." I'm like, "Oh, well, so what? Yoko Ono gets to eat one last piece of like freaking filet mignon. Okay, whatever.
Billions of dollars off the Beatles. They can afford to lose a few bucks now and again."
Oh, Fox Guy's talking about Chipsons. Funny that you should bring up Chipsons, Fox Guy. Because well, I won't bring it up because it'll end up slowing up the StreamYard, so I'm trying to keep it clean. But
that is clean.
Yeah, we were on AliExpress. And I'm pretty sure you even say AliExpress. If you're like a guitar collector, those people will be like, "Oh, AliExpress." They have Gibsons on there, which are Chipsons, of course, that you can get them for like $300. Probably about between $300 and $400, maybe even $200. Copies of guitars that are sold here for $16, $17, $18, $19, $2,000, even higher. You can get for $200 or $300 on AliExpress. There's a lot of videos on YouTube where they turn around, they pull up these guitars, and they show them. And some of them, you really cannot tell the difference between the copy and the original. Now, the thing is, of course, if you really go and dive deep into the electronics of it, yeah, you're going to be able to tell the difference. The electronics are completely different. But the thing is, a lot of people are buying the Chipsons, and then they're going the cheaper route and buying the hardware and putting real hardware into the Chipsons, which actually gives them a guitar that when you're done with it, probably about like $600 because you invest another $300 in electronics, and you end up having basically like, a $1,700, $1,800 guitar for $600. So that's what the game is now. Like we were looking at the Rickenbackers because I remember Rickenbackers. I know that Paulina was talking about how she wanted to own the Rickenbacker bass, et cetera. I looked on there, and you can buy the Rickenbackers now. The I guess what you would call the cover for the
truss rod.
Truss rod. There you go. The cover for the truss rod, the Rickenbacker truss rod cover. They don't sell them with that cover on, but what they do is the same seller will sell you the exact replica of the guitar, and then you have to buy the logo separately, so that way they ship you the logo separately and not shipping the guitar with the logo on it. So that's the way they get around customs and stuff. And then they go ahead and they you turn around, you put the truss rod cover back on, you got a full-on Rickenbacker. Now I think the Rickenbacker electronics would be a little bit more expensive, but still, from buying a full-on Rickenbacker bass in its entirety, like in a Guitar Center or some shit like that, it's still going to come out way, way cheaper. It's still going to come out way, way cheaper. And I mean, me and Paulina were like going through that thing, looking at the guitars and stuff. We're like going, "Oh my God, $200 for a Telecaster?" We're like, Jesus Christ. Stuff like that. And the thing is that a lot of these companies, you cannot feel sorry for them because they thought that they were being sneaky. They thought that they were getting around, the labor, because they went and they shipped all the labor off to China. And these people learned and were trained by American luthiers to make these fucking guitars. And they remembered it. And then when some of those companies pulled out of China, they tried to say, "Well, fuck this. We're going to keep on making your product and selling it." So the same people who are making Gibsons are making Chipsons.
Well, the Chinese rip everything off, and that's just they don't. I'm trying to think of. We've tried to sue American companies. Well, American companies, I don't think can sue. We don't have trade agreements, but British companies try to sue. But it always goes to Chinese court, and the Chinese court looks at the two products and goes, "I don't see the similarity at all." Bang, you win, China. And because car manufacturers, there are so many cars that are just absolute rip-offs of other cars in China, and they're a heck of a lot cheaper, and they sue, but they never win. So, and motorcycles too. There's a Honda. It looks exactly like the Honda, and they put an extra G between the N and the D, and it's a Honda motorcycle. And that's the only difference.
There's a guy on
for Toyota instead of Toyota is a Toyota. They add the A at the
there's a guy on YouTube called Trogley, and he does this thing called Trogley's Guitar Show where he shows you all these Gibsons and stuff like that. I mean, the guy must obviously be making really, really good money because he has a whole collection of Gibsons. and stuff. And he shows you like, these really expensive, rare Gibsons and all this different stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, this guy's talking like ridiculous amounts of money. I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, who the hell's buying a $7,000 or $8,000? I mean, I know of rock stars who aren't buying $7,000 or $8,000 Gibsons. I'm like, damn, really? I mean, so it's like, like Fox guy was saying, Les Paul standards go for 3Gs down. And if you're like someone who's like into customs, because the Gibson Les Paul customs, beautiful guitars, heavy as fuck, those can end up going probably for about like 3, 4, 5, 6. Definitely. It's just it's freaking crazy. Oh, look, Fox texting Charlie's voice bothers me. It can sometimes. Can you have like this kind of
it's funny because a lot of musicians, a lot of people want these expensive guitars, and a lot of musicians use one guitar and they've used it their whole careers. And it's weird that all the people that aren't famous want all these guitars. I mean, there's some Rick Nielsen, of course, has a billion guitars, but I'm thinking of like Susanna Hoff from the Bengals has had that black Rickenbacker since she started, and that's still what she plays to this day.
Well, like Pat Smear was saying when he joined Nirvana, and when he first did that Unplugged session with Nirvana, he had turned around and told Kurt Cobain, he had said, you know what, Kurt Cobain was, I want you to come up and jam with us. I want you to play with us, but we want to fill out the sound, there's certain parts I can't play live, whatever. And he told Kurt, he's like, I don't have any guitars, man, because Pat Smear was poor. He was in the Germs. They didn't have much royalties from Slash Records and stuff like that, One freaking record was all they had. So he was like, I don't have any guitars, man. And like Kurt Cobain was like, no problem. Got on the phone. He's like, calling Fender, you do me a favor and send me some guitars. He said the next day, Pat Smear was like, what the fuck? He looks on his porch and there's like 8 guitars from Fender out there. Wow. They send him everything, and they say, and if you do these, you don't like, if you're not into these, let us know and we'll send you some other ones that we have, blah, blah, whatever. Wow. But they were saying Kurt Cobain still, they sent him all kinds of guitars. Kurt Cobain didn't play them. He still liked his old guitars.
Yeah. Here's something a lot of people don't know. The first 2 T-Rex albums are acoustic. You know why? Because T-Rex was really only a 2-man band at that point in time. Because they've been trying to make it. Mark Bolan was in, what was the name of that band? He was in another band. But they split up, and so he formed T-Rex with the drummer. I forget his name. And they started out as a legitimate electric band, but they weren't getting gigs, and they had bills, and so they pawned or sold, I don't know which, all their instruments and just kept a couple of acoustic guitars and a bongo set, and then they got signed. And they didn't have any instruments. So the first 2 albums are acoustic only because they actually didn't own an electric guitar or a drum set anymore. Once royalties started coming in after the second album, they bought electric instruments again, and they did what they wanted to do from the start, but they didn't have any instruments.
Damn, Fox guy! I bought 2 Les Pauls last month, 2,800 and 3,100.
Dang!
In a way, it was the same. It's sort of like the same for David Bowie, because David Bowie, he only ever had an acoustic 12-string, so everything was on the acoustic 12-string that he played. When he did Space Oddity, that's all he played on. Especially when he did changes and everything on stage, he was always playing like an acoustic 12-string. And the funny story is he met up with Nile Rodgers, and so he was like, Nile, darling, I have like this song that I feel like it could be a hit. And when he pulled out like a 12-string. Nile Rodgers like, oh my God, we're gonna go folk with this song. What kind of song? So he was like, let's dance. Put on your dancing shoes, let's dance the blues. And Nile Rodgers is like, write me down the lyrics and let me see what I can do musically, because I don't think a 12-string is gonna cut it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tim.
No, you can go ahead, Dustin.
No, I was just gonna say I'm kind of curious since we're talking about AliExpress, we're talking about knockoff guitars. I'm kind of curious how good a Martin knockoff would actually end up sounding.
I don't know.
An acoustic, because I mean, with a Chipson, you could always change electronics to make it sound like a Gibson.
I don't think. I'm sure they make Martin knockoffs, but I don't know who would want one, because people buy Martins for the sound, yes. But from what I know, and I've known a few really good guitar players that mostly Irish guys that play Irish ballads and stuff, and none of them like Martins, because
now you got me curious.
They're hard to play. They're hard to play, and they're no fun to play, and they sound great, but they're all like they're no fun to play, and none of them would take a Martin if you gave it to them. So I don't know the point of doing a knockoff Martin, because
now if it was something like a Takamine, then we're talking, because Takaminis are very beautiful, stunning guitars to play. I played a few before when I used to work at a guitar shop, and I just loved how they sound. Now I have an acoustic, which is a Quart, and my uncle bought it for my shop when I worked there, and then it went to me when he died. And I will take it to school and I'll play it. And a lot of the guys at my school, they're playing like the Gibson acoustics, the Fender acoustics, and all these ones. And there I was with this acoustic that nobody doesn't know about, named Quart. And so I was playing the guitar one day, and then one of the guys came up to me and it was like, "I like how your guitar sounds. Can I play it? Can I give it a listen?" I was like, "Sure." So I gave it to him and he played it. And he was like, "This sounds way better than my acoustic." And my acoustic is a Gibson. It was like one of those hummingbird ones. And he was like, "What is this?" And it's like, "It's a Quart." And I was like, "We never heard of this company before." I was like, "Oh, we used to sell it a lot at this guitar shop I worked at back in high school." And so they went off and got themselves Quart acoustics because they loved how this guitar sounded. And it sounded great too. It had like a very beautiful tone to it. And even when I recorded with it, it recorded beautifully. And it's like I didn't have to go off and get like a Martin or a Guild or a Taylor just to sound great. This acoustic did the job.
All the Irish guys I knew played Taylors. They loved Taylors. They did not like Martins, but Taylors, they were like, these are awesome guitars.
I love Taylors too. I like Taylors and I like Guilds, especially 12-string Guilds. Wow.
I mean, look at this guitar. This is beautiful. This is a Les Paul custom. $255, $52.63, shipping. Look at this thing. That thing is beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's
to swap out. I mean, the only thing you'd probably want to swap out is you might want to swap out the electronics. But if you're like a moderate guitar player and it's like something, you're not a professional guitar player, you just knock around the house and play a little bit. That's a beautiful guitar to have just in your den. You know what I mean? So
it looks like a replica Lucy. And if you don't know what a Lucy is, it was the Gibson that I think it first belonged to either belonged to George Harrison or it belonged to Eric Clapton. One of them. And then Eric Clapton used it on While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Then 167.
And he used it.
That looks like Bruce Springsteen's Telecaster.
That's amazing, because these days a build-it-yourself guitar kit will cost you $167.
Yeah, it's like 167 with free shipping. Estimated delivery on October 27th. More than likely, you'll probably get it in late November. Let's be honest. That's how long it's going to take. It's going to be taking, But the thing that a lot of people end up doing to go ahead and try and see if they can rush it through is to go ahead and get the headstock with no name on it. Because you can custom do that with no name. Because if you end up having the name on it, you do run the risk of custom seizing it. Because they'll say it's a bootleg. Doesn't happen as often as people think it does. But it does end up happening. But this one actually, I mean, this is a beautiful guitar. I mean,
no, because customs can't do it. I mean, have you ever
they
seen
can't
a
do everyone.
shipping yard? There are literally 100,000 containers at any given shipping yard. If you think people are going through everyone looking at what's in there, you're crazy.
They're not. Because I remember one time I was watching this guy who was doing a documentary on Chinese knockoffs, but all kinds of other stuff. And he was like saying that customs is more concerned with like knockoffs of like things that have chemicals in them, like perfumes, makeup, stuff like that. They're concerned about those things. They're concerned about hazardous materials. They're not concerned about guitars and stuff like that. They'll be concerned about tennis shoes, because tennis shoes can end up having hazardous materials that can end up burning people's skin, blah blah blah, stuff like that. They'll be concerned about stuff like that, but guitars and stuff, they're not concerned about it for some reason. Like he was saying, I think it was something else they were talking about, like it was some kind of a lamp or something. There was a really expensive, like artsy type lamp that they were saying were being shipped.
That looks a lot like the kick guitar that I built, only mine has a silly little plastic edge thing going around it.
But most of these
just doesn't.
A lot of these like Chinese sellers, though, when they end up doing this, they won't end up showing pictures that have the logo in there. But when it pops up, it'll have the logo. But in the pictures, they usually won't show you that it has the logo. But I mean, the fenders are obvious because they try and put this sticker on there that you get these at Guitar Center. When you buy them new, you get these stickers on there. So it's pretty obvious. I mean, look at the plate. It says Fender. Those tuners you'd probably want to swap out for real Fender tuners, because I'm pretty sure these will not hold tune. Because usually the tuners are pretty cheap. So, but still, for a new set of tuners, not a whole lot of money. And you just go ahead and swap them out. But yeah. See, and here's some pictures of some other people who are telling you they bought it. Now, I don't know if this is them, but I know that I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube where they turn around and say, yeah, I bought one and it was like, it was pretty good. But, once you get a professional setup and you swap out some of the electronics, you're good. There you go. The Chinese, they call it the Chinese cheese wedge. That's how they ship them. The Chinese cheese wedge. But it looks like, this guy looks like he got a good deal. I mean, is that yeah, it's a Fender logo. But yeah, I mean, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Let's see what else they have in here. I mean, there's a lot of Gibsons. There was one that I wanted to order, but I did not exactly see it here. Hi, Meow Meow. How are you doing?
Hey, kitty.
Hey, Meow Meow.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mama.
The secondary kitty. There's one that's a knockoff of an Ace Frehley guitar. An Ace Frehley Gibson. Now, his Gibsons are just like, the Les Pauls are just like outrageously like through the roof. You're talking like $2-3 grand. Maybe even upwards of $4 or $5. I've always wanted one of those just to put on walks. Like, I'm a big Ace Frehley fan. I saw one that was probably like $200. So let's see here. Look at, I mean, you see a lot of these too. These Stevie Ray Vaughan copies. You see a lot of these. But the thing is, when they do the relicking, you usually end up having to do the thing where you weather the wood yourself after you get it. They'll do the relicking, but you have to usually weather the wood with like a stain or something like that. So it looks older. You got to rub your own dirt in it or whatever to make it look closer to what it was. But the stickers and everything else.
Somebody. That's what Keith Richards does. Keith Richards buys a new guitar and then takes it to somebody and has them beat it up.
Let's see here. Oh, look, copy of a Prince guitar.
Ooh.
Prince Telecaster, yeah.
229. Why does it say Anderson and Honer?
Because, we like to use Americanized name in China. We like to use Americanized names.
I'll be right back. The cat is actually getting in the treats. I'll be right back. He's like helping himself.
Well, if you got good treats, I don't blame him. If you got some good treats, I don't blame him.
Amen. That is true, VK. Like, I love Now's guitar work. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite songs ever. If only I could get to it. There it is. that he played on was on this album, Cosmic Thing. And my favorite song of the B-52s, and it's on this album too, it's called Topaz. And now plays the guitar parts on that song, along with Keith Strickland. And I just love it to death. And what he does on this song is amazing. He also played on another B-52s album called Good Stuff, and that's on the song, I don't know if it's Revolution Earth or Vision of a Kiss. It might be Vision of a Kiss that he plays on. But I love, my favorite B-52 song is Topaz, and he does an amazing job on it. He also co-produces this album with Don Moss. Yeah. I think all those musicians in Chic were amazing. Tony Thompson was a great drummer. Bernard Edwards, wow, that guy could play bass. John Taylor said that, like, you know, I've always wanted to be a guitar player because guitar players get the girls. Everybody knows that. But when when I heard Good Stuff by Chic, after that, all I ever wanted to do was to be a bass player, and I wanted to be Bernard Edwards. And so there's a part in Bang It Gong, Get It On Power Station where both Bernard and John are basically dueling bass parts on that song.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I have to keep their treats. I'll show you guys. If you can see here, I have to keep their treats in a glass jar right there, because otherwise they will try and open it. Because this guy right here thinks that he's like the ultimate little freaking escape artist, whatever the hell it is. He knows how to break into stuff. Yeah, I'm talking about you, boy. No, I don't have any more treats. Stop.
Sorry, Houdini. Sorry,
no, I gave you some treats. His brother, not really so much, but him, yeah, he's like getting to be something else. He like turns around because my daughter, she turned around, she called them in the house. So she shakes it and they come running in. And then I close the door and that's it. They're in for the night, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, so she put it on top of the table before she left. And that's why he was like, oh, ooh, I'm going to break into this. I'm going to break into it. So now I had to give them a little bit. And yeah, there you go.
That's your cat
Horrible
update.
Kitties. Horrible Kitties. That's your cat update. That's the cat. Don't worry. I'm going to buy them a cat tree next week. So I have the camera here. There's going to be a cat.
Ooh, aw.
So there you go.
I don't even want those cats, and I love them.
Yeah, they're a part of the show now. It's gonna be
they are a part of the show. I mean, you know what? That cat has already got its name. It likes to do magic tricks. You should name it like Harry Potter or something, or Houdini.
Yeah, he just kind of like, you know, adopted the house. It's like it's his house now. He's like,
yeah, I'm sorry, but it's not your house anymore. It's not your house. It's his house.
Yeah, it's his. The only reason why I kept him was because I saw how much he was worth, you know, and I think the people who originally had him, they just don't give a shit about him. They throw him outside, whatever, you know. And they don't come. He's been here for days. They don't even come looking for him. They like walk past and see him in my house. They're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but I just don't think they know how much he's worth. He's a Russian blue. They're like almost like $3-4 grand.
I did not know
stuff
that.
like that. Yeah, they're expensive. So that's the reason why I was like, oh, you know, I'm like looking like your cat's here, and they're kind of like just they just you know, but
yeah, my dog Cookie's worth 99 cents at the 99-cent store. She's not worth
you know, that's I mean the two dogs that we have are mutts too, so
yeah,
you know, they're chai weenies, you know.
Yeah, my cookie is not fully a Chihuahua. Mm-hmm. I don't know, because you know, Cookie has 5 kids. Okay, Cookie's a busy person. Yeah.
5 kids, goddamn.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
She had 2 at my uncle's house. She had 2 at my uncle's house, and then she had 3 here because she got with Biscuit. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she has 5 kids. Cookie was a busy woman.
You never watched The Price is Right, did you, Lisa?
I watched the Bob Barker one, the Bob Barker version, and that's about it. I don't care about you.
You must have turned it off before it was over.
You got to get your I got to get your cats.
You have to spay it. Spay and neuter all your pets. You said that at the end of every single episode.
So this is what happened after she had the 3 dogs with us. My dad got her spayed. So she didn't have any more after that.
Yeah, like with ours, it's like our dogs are fixed and these guys are getting fixed.
Yeah, so they need to get fixed.
But it's like, but the thing is, when you fix them, also it stops them from wanting to wander, and they don't spray. I mean, these cats are actually pretty good. They don't spray. They haven't given me any problems really. So that's the reason why I was like, okay, you got brownie points, because we were only going to keep the gray one because I thought he was so pretty, but whatever. And I was like, okay, well, I'll keep him. I'll take care of him. I dewormed him because he had worms when I first got him. So I had to deworm him, and then I had to deworm, of course, all the animals, with the medication. But now he's nice and clean and healthy. Because when he first came in, he was so thin. They weren't doing anything for him. They weren't taking care of him. But, he was like thin because, the worms eat all their food, So now he's getting fat, because he doesn't have the worms anymore. But, so I was just going to keep him. Well, he has a brother who is like him, but not full on gray. He's like striped, but not full on gray. Real pretty cat, though. He just kind of brought him in like, this is my buddy right here. It's my, this is my brother. Can you hang out too? And of course the other cat knew what to do. He like went up to the kid's mother and was like, so of course she's like, oh, we'll keep him. We'll keep him. I'm like, we can't keep every fucking cat that walks in the door.
No, you can't. You can't. Just keep
those two. I was like, okay, you guys are it. You guys are it. That's it. Yeah. Well, you guys, because I'm not really a cat person.
You're like my dad. He's not a cat person.
Reason being, this is the reason why I'm not a cat person, is because I used to be with a woman many, 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 many years ago. No, not that long ago. But she had, she was a cat hoarder, and she was younger, and she was a cat hoarder. But she was one of those cat hoarders who did not take care of her cat. So her house smelled like shit and piss. Just horrible. So I would be like, Jesus Christ, so that turned me off to cats because she wouldn't train them, nothing. So I was kind of like, I fucking hate cats. I'm a dog person. I hate cats. I hate cats. But
was she the
I'll control the pet pal. Just, hey, you're a cats and dogs purge all your Josh Groban.
I walked right into that one.
No, I will not. Violent Kicks. Those are the only two. That's it.
Was she possibly on an episode of Simpsons? You remember the episode of Simpsons where they had a lady with all the cats and her hair was all
and she'd be like, she'd throw cats at people and shit. That was her. She was fucking nuts, man. She was bipolar and she had a bunch of cats.
Ones that have a lot of cats are fucking nuts. I'm not gonna lie. They are fucking nuts.
And you know what? You're totally right with what you said, Violent Kicks. Cats are stubborn, and when they adopt you, they fucking adopt you. That's it. Yep. It's like we don't adopt them; they adopt us. It's like they're kind of like, oh, I'm gonna keep coming around till you fucking melt for me, But
yeah,
no, Fox
really
guy.
Good, they're good though.
This stays with me. No, but I'll take donations. If you want to get her your,
what we can spay and neuter Taylor Swift.
No. Let me tell you, Mr. Trekker, this is going nowhere.
Oh my God.
Nowhere. and I pre-ordered his album on vinyl, so you guys can hate me all you want.
Pre-ordered 1989 Taylor's version.
But nobody bought any Smith's albums.
Well, you know what? You can't joke about Smiths anymore because now I have the Smiths.
Okay, now who is this artist that you were talking about earlier on Messenger?
Troye Sivan, wonderful.
Who is this guy? Yeah, I feel like an old man. Is that what all you whippersnappers are listening to nowadays?
Troye Sivan,
he's a really good singer. He's very in the pop realm, like. He's sort of like Charlie XCX and Kim Petras and that kind of,
Sam Smith.
But he's really good. He's a really good performer.
Fox guy, the NFL, so much.
Well, Troye Sivan.
And I am jealous. I am jealous of him right now because he did a music video where he becomes a girl and he looks so beautiful as a girl.
Yeah, he used to be a YouTuber. So the first thing he did was he was a YouTuber for many years, and then he started doing music after.
There you go. That's for you, Lisa.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you guys something. Yes, I know I have crap music taste, and I stand by my crap music taste of Troye Sivan. And I'm gonna go put on some Troye Sivan later.
I'm gonna buy some Troye Sivan after this.
Oh, you should buy The Blue Neighborhood.
Good I'm thinking about that. I've been going.
Oh, I have and Bloom, and his new album.
I have that on CD somewhere.
Holy shit! AliExpress has everything.
Yeah. Oh my! What the fuck?
Where do I order? Only $1.47 shipping and handling, $6.57.
What the fuck are you
I
looking
will take the risk. I will take the risk.
Is Dusty? Your fangirls are watching. They're gonna see that and be like, okay.
I will take the risk. 7 days to a big penis, longer, thicker, harder.
Yeah.
I could have either XXL or XXXL.
I mean, Caitlin's
I'm gonna go for the XXXL.
The name of the South Park movie?
Yeah, there you go. It's only a matter. Does it cost extra money for? It says man lasting long 60 minutes penis enlargement oil sex delay spray sex for male external use anti premature ejaculation. They had me at hello. They had me at hello.
Man, what a man.
Final Kick said, "Does Ali sell an electric banana or yummy cummy pills?" I think that's what these are. Oh no, this is a spray.
Don't give him any ideas, Final Kicks, because if you give him ideas.
It says massage nourishment, so that means I have to massage it in. I can do that.
Don't.
Yeah, you're doing that anyway. You might as well.
Yeah, I'm like,
oh God, Kicks, don't give him any ideas, because then I'm going to get that for Christmas.
I'll be in the bathroom and be like, "Oh, what are you doing in there?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm taking my medicine. Leave me alone."
Oh no.
It's going to take 7 days, a 7-day treatment.
Oh, they don't. Oh, good. AliExpress doesn't have it. Good.
I didn't take a knee. I just took it off because I didn't want to be wearing 2 shirts at the same time.
They have breast enlargement essentials.
Oh no! What do you?
Don't need it.
Don't need it. Don't need it. I got some.
Wow, they have a lot of different, big weenie pills. I don't know if I'd be brave enough to take these.
Yeah, you might lose your weenie.
I like the way that they end up having pictures here. I'm trying not to show them, while I know I got somebody over here getting ready to get me kicked, get my channel kicked. But there's a picture of different turtles. And, there you go. There's all the hard-on medicine we need. I don't think so. But they're showing turtles' heads, and the turtles' heads are sticking further and further out,
I mean, you could just go to your local hospital and get some Viagra. That won't kill you.
It's telling you how many bottles of the spray you would need, depending on the size of your turtle head and neck.
Wait. You could buy spray on penis.
What problem? You want to know something, Fox? I wasn't searching for this, but I was looking for guitars. I don't know, it just popped up. And I was like,
yeah, well, that looks interesting. Sure. You weren't searching for that.
That was apt phrasing there, Dusty. It just popped up part.
There you go.
Sure. I wasn't searching for that, but I kind of might want to now.
Final Kick said, "Dusty, you might start growing boobs taking their penis pills." Yeah, they might send me the wrong ones. I mean, I already got the boobs. I don't need them to be bigger.
Yeah, you might have double D's. You might have double D's.
Lisa's gonna be all, Jesus, Dusty, you gotta have all the boobs. Got more boobs than me. You gotta have all the boobs.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, Jesus Christ. Now you're making me feel boobish.
It's gonna be like the Nutty Professor. Who's sucking whose titties here?
You're gonna be Rasputia. You're gonna be Rasputia. Or whatever her name is.
Because I don't have my boob. Oh my God.
No, I mean, I don't need someone having bigger boobs than me.
Let me see. It says type pump and amplifier essential oil. It amplifies my penis. My penis to be amplified.
So it's like an electric guitar.
Enlarge ejaculation. Who wants to enlarge? Well, I guess, yeah. It says shelf life of 3 years. Like, I'm going to let it sit on the shelf for 3 years. I would use it all right away. He's all, do you want to get a bigger penis? Make sex happier? Yes, I want to make it happier.
Oh.
It says here, what is the main ingredient? Okay, Lisa, tell me what these are, because these must be ancient Chinese secret, huh? It says extract of Brassica, played yang grass.
No.
You ever hear anything about that?
Nope.
Lisa says, I don't know, but my uncles put that in their egg rolls. So, so there must be something to it. And there's a lot of us, so.
I don't know. I don't think I'd ever ask my uncles that.
Fox Guy said, get the Manny Ramirez performance enhancers. Yeah, it said 3-inch to 9-inch. It says in centimeters, so. But
so you can grow up to a Subway footlong, I guess, with those.
Okay, now this is kind of scary because it says there's 28 people that give it 5 stars. 0 people give it 4. A whole 11. Wow.
That was my Subway joke. Remember that controversy? Somebody measured a Subway bun and it was 11 inches.
Not 12.
11-inch foot long.
Fox Guy said, horny goat weed. I've never tried that. Can't you pick that up at liquor stores? You buy a 40 and a pill of horny goat weed.
Next thing you know, Dusty's going to be messaging me and saying, I bought a pound of horny goat weed.
I bought a goat size bag of horny goat weed.
And you're like, it did not make me horny. This is false advertising.
I'm gonna turn around and go to the hospital and be like, I'm OD on horny goat weed.
You're gonna be like, and the doctor's gonna be like, why did you take this? Lisa told me to take this. She said it was perfectly safe.
Oh, let me see. Vinyl Kick said Chinese penis products probably contain tiger scrotum.
No. No. Vinyl Kicks, you got it wrong. It contains tiger balm.
I'm surprised the partridges haven't made an appearance at this point. It's coming. I
know. It's going to come. Keep it up. Keep it up, Dusty.
Oh, wait, no. That's Bob Dylan. Never mind.
Okay, hold up. I need it.
We're not putting it.
Oh, no. I need it because... Shit. Okay. Damn it. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I don't know. Now we're all looking for our stuff.
I just dropped something.
What'd you drop? There it is.
Damn it. Now you made me all flustered. I dropped my computer.
You dropped your computer? Oh,
my
no.
Computer tower.
Oh, well, you're still on, so obviously you didn't break it.
No, I'm fine.
So
I'm fine. Don't worry.
So I'm fine. Too excited. Okay. There we go. So there you go. That's the penis. There you go. I gotta keep this like accessible. Totally. Fox Guy, it's gonna come. Lisa got too excited.
She have so many records here. God damn it, penis.
Oh boy. Is she walking around her room and going, God damn penis enhancement? Her dad's probably
God was cursing me for having Mumford and Son on my shelf.
Well,
That's why he made my thing fall down.
Recordology did a live chat tonight, and I was there. And some guy, people just put random comments up, and somebody put in, and I was like, yes, somebody put in. I just purchased all 5 seasons of the Partridge Family. I think there's only 4, but I was like, yes.
Fox Guy, hey, what's that business? Might be my fan.
My influence spreads far and wide.
Yeah, I have my fan on because it's kind of warm in here.
Oh, I wish. I had to turn my heat on today. First day. Yep. I woke up this morning. It was 63 in my house. And I'm like, okay, that's my cutoff. I'm turning my heat on.
I think we're going to be going into another heat thing this week. I think another heat spell.
That'd be nice. I try not to turn it on to November 1st, but I never make it.
What the hell happened?
Okay, now I get it. Fox guy said no, Dusty. ... Lol. That buzzing sound.
My cup survived.
Oh, that buzzing sound. He means the buzzing of the electric banana.
I don't own an electric. Know where to buy one.
She doesn't own a electric banana. She owns electric bananas. Just kidding.
I don't own any of that stuff.
I have them in different colors.
You know what happened was I went to go pull out something, and then my tower almost fell off of my desk. And then I don't know, and then I started screaming F words.
How do you pull your tower off of your computer desk, Lisa? I've had my tower there for
because my tower's lightweight. My tower's a lightweight tower.
Yeah, that's what mine is. It's mine's only about that big. It's never fallen off my desk.
I don't know. Maybe I got too excited.
I've gotten excited about things I've seen on the internet. I still haven't never dropped.
No. It didn't fall off. It just tipped over. It didn't fall off the ship. You see, because I was trying to find this, and yeah. Oh my gosh, I am so klutzy.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, we got to do something to clean up your situation back there.
What?
We got to do something about your situation back there.
I mean, it's not the most attractive, but it gets the job done.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have you on an episode of Hoarders back there.
Why? Because I got stuff back there, right? What do you want me to move back there?
They're gonna try and pull one of your pictures of a K-pop thing and be like, "Oh, this got to go." And it's gonna be like, "No, I can't go now."
What do I?
Don't move anything without telling me.
Are you saying I need a better background? Are you saying I need something more aesthetically pleasing? Sorry, my house can't look like yours.
My house does not look that great. I mean, it's just not.
Your house is beautiful compared to mine.
Not really. It's just, you know what? I wouldn't say I'm a minimalist because I'm not a minimalist, but I do have this whole attitude that everything has its place, And if everything doesn't have its place, I do kind of
Everything has its place on the back of my shelf too. All those.
And also, this isn't how this always looks. I mean, the thing is that when I'm going to go ahead and sit down to stream, it's like I have a routine. It's like I make sure the kitchen's clean, the dishes are done, the living room's clean, everything's done. So that way, when I get off a stream, all I got to do is go ahead and go upstairs and go to bed. I don't have to clean anything,
Those shelves are not coming down because my uncle built them before he passed. So those shelves are staying there.
Oh, you're talking about the two ones, the floating shelves up there?
Yep. He built them before he passed.
We got to do some... She turns to herself. You're not looking at it anymore. You're not looking at my background no more. She's all, now she's going to come back, and she's going to end up having the whole record wall background. You're not looking at it no more.
No.
We were just playing... Now she's gonna start telling jokes.
No, it's just, you know what? I was planning to do something with that background. I need to really get rid of some of those posters because I've had them there forever. Need to hang up that thing that my sister bought me. The print that my sister bought me in the back. Let me show you. That picture in the background, I need to hang that up. The one that's in a frame.
See, I have a whole lot more collect shelves that are full of records, but they're all upstairs because, the kid's mother and everyone vetoed me. I was like, oh, can I have my records out here? No. No. We don't want them all out. You can have one shelf out here. One shelf out here.
Wow.
So basically most of the stuff that I really listen to all the time is there. I mean, and I have another smaller cube one over here that has records in it. And stuff like this, records that still have to be rotated into the main collection upstairs. Or whatever, but yeah, because this is where I do most of my listening is in this room. I don't really do a whole lot of listening in my bedroom, but it's usually in here. So Vinyl Kicks said sell the posters on Macari to your fellow K-poppers.
No one's gonna buy them. No one's gonna buy them, are
K-poppers. Oh, don't make me do the robot.
No one's gonna buy them.
No one's gonna buy them?
No.
You bought them at one time.
I did buy them, and we're not going to talk about how much I spent on these K-pop albums, but yeah, a lot.
You can tell that Lisa's rethinking her life when she does that thing with her mouth and she starts going.
I am rethinking my life.
Lisa's rethinking her life.
I am rethinking my life. Every time I buy a K-pop album, someone in
I'm rethinking my life decisions.
People are every time I buy a K-pop album, someone's like, You could have bought a Smiths album.
Tim's kicking it over at Tech Mode's kitchen.
Yeah, I'm in Tech Mode's kitchen, man.
There you go. He's over at Tech Mode's kitchen. Oh man, there you go. Does he still use that puppet? I haven't actually seen him.
No, but he actually did a video a few months ago about why he gave up puppets.
Yeah,
the reason. It's the whole YouTube is this video for children thing, and it's hard to do a video that's not for children if you've got puppets in it. So
yeah,
he had to give up the puppets.
Moving those records from upstairs is going to really suck. Yeah, it is. But I actually have a bunch of boxes from when we moved in here a few years ago that are U-Haul boxes that are perfectly shaped for records. So, look out, Lisa! I can hear in the background.
Oh, you know what happened is my mom takes the big one, Biggie, right, and takes it to the car because my mom converted the back to for when we go camping. She converted it back. She put a bed there, so Biggie and her stay out there for a few hours and watch YouTube videos. I don't know, it's weird, but don't ask.
Now he's in Jeannie's bottle.
You know, it is gonna suck probably, but if you think about it, you'll finally have your records all in one place, and you won't have to, go up and down.
Yeah, I mean, where I'm moving to, I'm gonna end up having an actual record room.
Yeah,
it's like I'm gonna have one room. That was the whole goal, is that I wanted to have one room where all my records were. I had, my main stereo system. I had my area to go ahead and stream all that stuff in one room.
Yeah, because I told you a while back, I was looking up like wood signs. That's gonna say Dusty Spins. You can have your own little sign in your room.
But not only that, I also wanted it set up where I'm able to have other people come over and be on podcasts and stream with me also, because I have multiple microphones and stands. And like I said, I have like all kinds of stuff here,
Yeah,
microphones and
I feel you.
I'm all set up for like multiple people be like, hey, this is the Dusty Spin Show. How you doing?
Tim, can you do me a favor? Can you go back to Tech Mounts place?
Sure.
I totally feel you, Kicks. I totally feel you. When I had to let me put that down. Yeah, vinyl Kicks. Arranging your record collection is a pain in the ass. I remember when I ran out of space on my 8-cube shelf. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what am I going to do?"
That song.
So I went to Walmart. I don't know if you guys buy shelves from Walmart. Well, Walmart has a very good option that are like the Kylek shelves. And
what I do is I have Kylek shelves, because I have like 4 more of these things upstairs.
Yeah.
But I put one on top of another. I don't buy like the multiple cubes.
Yeah,
because I'm sure
I buy 4 cubes and I stack 2. I don't buy the 8-cube one.
Yeah, me too.
And dragging that thing in my house would be very, very difficult.
No, me too. Me too. I buy the 4 cubes.
It's just easier.
Well, man, it's like I have the 8 cubes and I stack 2, one on top of the other. The reason being is because I've seen like where they have the multiple cube collect systems and stuff, and I've just seen them like where they die. And so that's always been my fear that's going to happen. It's like I'm not worried about having to replace the shelf. I'm worried about my records getting ruined.
Well, because they're not orientated right,
and stuff like that. So that's the thing that I was worried about, was that actually happening. But I've been fortunate, knock on wood.
I just have a 4 cube, a 2 cube, and a 1 cube stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, I mean you can see by the thickness of the shelf there in the middle that those are 2 stacked. Units, which is sturdier anyway.
Vinyl Kick said, at least I can relate. I have a Home and Gardens record shelves from Walmart, but they discontinued them. They were pretty good quality for the price.
They still make them. I think they still make them, Kicks.
They have them from time to time. I don't think they're Home and Garden anymore. I think the brand got changed, but they didn't start out as Home and Garden either. There's been 3 different brands. I think some stores still have them. They're more expensive now, though. I think they're around $50 a piece now.
Yeah, because when I bought it,
$37 when I bought it.
Yeah, no, they're still the same name, Kicks. Because when I bought it, it was $38. So I went and I bought 2 of them, and my dumb ass can't tell between colors. So one of them is gray and one of them is brown.
Are you colorblind?
No, I just made a stupid mistake. I'm not colorblind.
Oh, I thought you were colorblind. I was like, are you colorblind?
No.
Like,
I just made a stupid mistake because I was in a hurry at Walmart, so I just picked up one and I didn't think to check the color. And I came home and I was like, "Oh, they're brown and gray shelves," and I was like, "Fine, I'll just have them that way."
Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff that you will end up seeing in my place is mostly all IKEA, and that's because I have no, originality.
No,
it's just easy.
Well, because IKEA is far for me. IKEA is 30 minutes. That's why I don't go to IKEA.
I think the only thing that I do not have from IKEA is probably like my couch and my chair and stuff like that. Those aren't IKEA, and the only reason why is because since I'm a big guy, I have to have a really, really good
when I was married, we had an IKEA couch, and me and my wife hated that couch. We absolutely hated it. Mm-hmm. Wasn't that it was comfortable and everything. But man, it was one of these couches that no matter what you did, the cushions just slid off eventually. You'd be sitting on the couch. Next thing you know, the cushions would be laying on the floor and you'd be sitting on it was not good.
We don't have a couch. We just have like two lazy boys.
Well, these ones I got lucky. Because I'm very earth tonish. I'm very muted tones. I'm not really like loud, brash, colors.
Oh, you get furniture at Sam's then, because you can get a nice sofa at Sam's as long as you like brown.
Yeah, but the thing is that with me, since I'm so big, is that when I sit on a couch, I got to be careful because like I break couches like they're nobody's business. So the thing is, these couches I actually found them on OfferUp. I found this lady on OfferUp. I guess her and her boyfriend, husband, whatever, had broken up. And she was selling these couches. These were custom made couches because her and her husband were big people.
Yeah.
And she was like, say they were reinforced, all this different stuff like that, and they'd just been reupholstered. They're really, really nice couches. And she's like, oh, she just wanted to get rid of them. She's like, oh, I'm moving out of state. I broke up with my man, whatever did. I'm moving out of state. I don't want to take them and I need the money. It's like, okay, how much you want for them? So give me 150. So I ended up getting 150 for like two big ass chairs and a full on sofa. And stuff like that. I was like, sweet, for $150. And I mean, they're nice. She was the only owner before me. And she had them custom made. And these things are troopers, man. They hold my big butt up.
I remember the one time. I remember the one time my big butt was playing musical chairs, and we had these kiddie chairs. So my big butt was playing it, and then I broke the chair, and my cousin, who was little at the time, started crying. So yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, that in Lisa's mind. But
no, it really did happen. It really did happen.
No, I know it happened, but I'm like saying it's just like you hit up having that thing where it's like we were talking about something and you're like, well,
well, because we're talking about furniture, so I figured I'd relate a story about cheap ass furniture breaking on me.
But yeah, so I mean, I've been fortunate with this, this couch set or whatever.
I got my couch and chair for what they are, really cheap, I think. I was looking at a full leather couch because I couldn't afford a real leather couch, but that's sort of what I wanted. And I was just about to jump on this one for like $600 or something at this furniture store. And then I walk into work one day and there sitting in the middle of the furniture aisle is this gorgeous leather couch. For $500. It's the kind of a couch that looks like it belongs in a lawyer's office. It's overstuffed and it's got the little gold or bronze tacks going around the arms. And it's a really nice couch. And what had happened was that they'd had these things. They thought they sold them all, so they sold the floor model. Meanwhile, they're not doing their job, and every week we get a sheet that tells you what's in the steel, and you're supposed to go check it all every week, and they weren't doing their job. So these couches, 3 of them, sat up in the steel, getting marked down week after week after week until they were $500 by the time they found them and put them down. So I'm like, all right, I'm buying that because I needed a couch. And then weirdly, about 2 or 3 weeks after I bought the couch, a member came in and had bought the matching chairs and returned them.
Bonus, so, there you go.
And this couch was $1,500 when it started, and I got it for $500. The chairs were $750. They sold the chairs for $250. So I got the whole thing. I only needed one chair. I got the whole thing for $750, which is actually a really good deal.
I think this was like one of those moments where like the woman the lady hadn't bought the couches, the man had bought the couches, and I think he paid a lot of money for his couches. So I think she was like, she was glad to sell them for a couple $100. I just like fuck him, a couple $100, or whatever. So, but like I said, I got two of these chairs, these big ass chairs right here. My son, in his room, he has one of them. He took it to his room. He was so happy when my other son moved out. Because, we have my oldest son and then we have my middle son. My middle son's autistic and he's very, has a routine. He's very specific on things. He likes things. Everything has a place. Everything's clean. He's just one of those type people, he collects all kinds of action figures, all kinds of stuff. So his room is just like, he has shelving everywhere. It's nice in there, And I guess my oldest son is a freaking slob, and he had his computer desk in there, and he'd be playing video games, cans of soda everywhere, bags, whatever. And he would come to me all the time, be like, Dad, can you please tell Michael to clean his area because, it's bothering me. Can you tell him, and he would be bugging all the time. So finally he moved out. We took one of these big chairs and put it in the room. So now he has the bed in there. Big chair. He has his like little end table and he sits in there and he has a big ass TV in there and nice. He's all set up to like watch his movies. He'll like have his own movie nights. He has a couple of friends that come over and they'll like sit in there and have their popcorn, watch movies or whatever, So, but yeah, he ended up getting one of the chairs because he's big like me, but he's tall, so. Vinylize. They're trying to get Vinylize on the channel that we shall not be named over here. So, but that channel. She's trying to get a hold of him, I guess, for an interview. I'm like that's ever going to happen.
Good luck. That.
Vinylize ain't going to give any. I mean, he doesn't even do. He doesn't even do collaborations with the big channels.
Hold up, I gotta find a picture of Jarrett and you now.
He doesn't even do collaborations with like bigger channels, so why would he end up doing a collaboration over there? So
Crosby's are the devil.
Whoa. Wait,
you can't go wrong with my flu ones.
Wait a minute. You two, I watch your channel with great admiration, but have you been to my record store? Have you been to my record store? Okay. I got a record store in North Portland.
I wouldn't go there because you probably sell Crosley's. There's nothing like.
Of course.
My fluence was worth every penny I paid for it, which was nothing because they sent it to me for free.
Bullshit, Jarrett. You got your fluence for free like I did, and I gave it to a girl that I was trying to hook up with, but she didn't want to get with me. So, but she still has the fluence, though. She still has the fluence.
Is she still available?
No, Jared. She's not going to date your right winger ass.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Dude, wait a second, do the laugh again. I was looking at the Roseanne picture at the same time. You did the laugh, and I was like, it totally works. Whoever said that way back then that you sound like Roseanne Barr, they freaking, I'm sorry, but
they didn't say I sound like her. You know what they said? I sound and look like her, and I look like Rose. They also said I look like Rosie O'Donnell.
No, I think you sound like Roseanne Barr. I don't think you look like her. I don't think you look like Rosie O'Donnell, but I think you definitely.
No, they said I look like Roseanne Barr too.
Kitties, no bad memos.
I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment to look like Roseanne Barr.
No. And here is kitty number 2.
Hi, kitty number 2.
This is kitty number 2. I don't know what kind of cat he is. I don't know if he's probably just a freaking mutt cat, huh? He's just a mutt cat, but he's a sweetie. He's so sweet.
Precious.
So, yeah, he is like so sweet.
Oh, we're in the Brady Bunch house now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go. Oh, look, you can hear him purr. He's purring. You hear purr? Oh. It's him purring.
He's cute.
It's him purring. Okay, go ahead.
A story about a lovely lady.
Yeah, he's a lover. Here's a story of a lovely lady. I don't know the rest of the song, but okay.
I don't either.
I don't know how to go. There's this story of a lovely lady who was living with three girls of his own. And I don't know the rest of the words.
I'm leaning towards not a compliment.
It's not.
First season. First season of Roseanne, still one of the funniest shows. You know, the thing I liked about Roseanne is that Roseanne in the first couple of seasons, not so much towards the end probably, but the first couple of seasons, she was very all-American. It was like, you know what? She was like, you know, it was unlike any other sitcoms on at the time. You know, it's like her and Dan had real problems. Like, I mean, remember the episode where they got their electricity shut off?
Yep.
Because they didn't pay their electricity. You know, it's like stuff like that. That happens to real families. You know, I think that was great that they were kind of like, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't, you know, I mean, it was entertaining. Yeah, things were always rough. You know, they were always just barely making it. They were always barely squeezing by, like most people do. You know, I don't know, you know, the Partridge Family was not just barely squeezing by. They were rich. They had they were rich. They had a big, beautiful home for a single mom too.
Well, their dad did die of cancer, so yeah, so she was basically raising her family on her own.
I don't know how Kitty feels about the Partridge Family. You want to watch some Partridge Family, Kitty, later? Me and Kitty are gonna watch the Partridge Family later. So I don't know how I feel about that, but anyway. Oh no, that's later era Roseanne.
I looked up Roseanne being sexy
right before she went crazy. I went to go see her at the Irvine Improv over here because not too far from here we have the Irvine Spectrum, and they have a huge improv there. And I've seen a lot of people there. Like I've seen Charlie Murphy there. I saw Mitch Hedberg there before he died. I've seen who else have I seen there? Carlos Mencia. I've seen Roseanne Barr. I've seen quite a few people there. But I went to go see her stand up, and this is before she really became political. You know, and her stand up was actually really, really good. You know, I mean, it was funny. I mean, she was doing the same shtick we all expected. You know, she's doing domestic goddess thing, you know, or whatever. But now she's fucking crazy. So.
I mean, when she started, she was literally doing Phyllis Diller's old act. That's what she was doing when she started.
Wow.
Stretcher say it was the first show that represented real family. Yes. Dusty's cat wants to watch Breaking Bad. You, Kitty? Is it Breaking Bad? Breaking Bad type of night, maybe? Vital King said Roseanne as a person is disgusting. Yes, she is. I will agree with that. Yes. She has become disgusting. Whose set was Mencia doing when you saw him, Dusty? I guess we still thought of it as his set. His fucking brother, man. Remember the one who used to be on his show, Mind of Mencia? The one who used to play, something like this. His brother was outside the freaking venue hitting on chicks before like the show even started. His brother was something else, man. He was out there all drunk, like, I ain't Carlos Mencia's brother. I'll take a picture. Like, I think that, I don't really even think he's talked that way. I think he really, since the show had him that way, and that was his shtick, I think he was out there really, like, emphasizing it, you know, for fans or whatever, for the chicks. But there was all kinds of chicks going up to him and take pictures and flirting with him. You know, you want to take a picture? You want to take a picture? But, yeah, I mean, I saw Mencia a couple of times. I mean, I was into him when he first came out, but yeah, I mean, I don't know who said he was doing. I mean,
yeah, he was funny at first.
And then everybody started coming out that he was stealing their jokes and shit like that. And I mean, I'm not gonna say they're lying because I mean,
I like early George Lopez before he got his show. I like when he was on that show Que Locos. It was on, I think it was on Telemundo or Univision, and he was very, very funny when he did his stand up. But I think after he started to get big, he is like he was no longer funny. He was like he started to become like a too big headed for you know, for his audience and stuff. So
yeah. I saw Tim Allen picking up chicks outside of Carlos Mencia.
What kind of chicks? Beetle people?
Beetle people. That is like totally funny.
No, literal baby chicks. My chicks ran away, and that's where they went.
So. You sure was? Oh wow! You sure wasn't like Mitch Hedberg or something?
Hello, Steven.
Hey, Steven.
Yeah, I saw Mitch Hedberg. I saw him like right before he died, and it's so sad because like usually when you go to the Irvine Improv, usually the comedian will take a little bit of time afterwards and he'll meet up with people and he'll do pictures, he'll sign autographs, stuff like that. So it's not that big of a venue. I mean, it wasn't back then, and I know now they've like totally redesigned it and it's a little bit bigger now. Yeah. Back then it wasn't. And I guess Mitch Hedberg, we had like stuck around. We were like saying, well, is he going to come out and talk to everybody? They said no. They said today was the second show of the day. He's really tired. He's not going to be coming out. And we were like, oh, well, that sucks. We kind of wanted to meet him, or whatever. And they're like, no. And we said, okay, well, we guess next time he comes around, we'll go ahead and meet him. And then he died.
I learned just like, jokes from him. My absolute favorite joke in the world is a Mitch Hedberg joke.
Really?
Yep. I don't know much by him, but it's a duck walks into a bar joke.
Really?
Yeah. No, this was a Mitch Hedberg joke. A duck walks into a bar, walks down the aisle, hops up on the bar. The bartender comes over and says, "Can I help you, little fella?" And the duck says, "I'd like some bread, please." And the bartender says, "Well, little fella, this is a bar. We don't have any food. I can get you something tasty to drink, though. What would you like?" And the duck says, "I'd like some bread, please." The bartender says, "Look, guy, I'm sorry, I don't have any bread. This is a bar. I can make you anything to drink you want, but we don't have any bread. What would you like?" The duck says, "I'd like some bread, please." And the bartender's starting to get really teed off at the duck. And he goes, "Look, buddy, if you say that one more time, I'm going to get a piece of rope. I'm going to tie a noose. I'm going to put it around your little neck, and I'm going to hang you. You got that? Now, what would you like?" And the duck says, "Got any rope?" And the guy says, "No, it's a bar. I don't have any rope." And the duck says, "Then I'd like some bread, please."
Oh my God.
That's fucking funny. Look at Fox Guy said, everyone Dusty saw died. Hedberg, Charlie Murphy, Mencia on stage.
Wait, Mencia is still alive?
That's my favorite joke.
Yeah, Mencia's still alive, but it's just his career is fucking dead. His career
is dead.
It was funny, like when we saw Charlie Murphy, like I said, it was still small. The Improv was still a small place, and the girl that I was dating at that time that I had gone to see him with, he was like talking about, whatever. I forgot what story he was saying, and of course she took the opportunity because she had a couple of drinks to be loud and be like, "Charlie Murphy!" Like everybody was fucking doing at that time. And he turns around, and he stops, and he like looks at her, and he like says it in front of the whole crowd. He's like, "Oh, you know what?" He's all, "Most people will get tired of hearing that shit." He's all, "Most people will get tired of hearing the name, but you know what? You can call me Charlie Murphy all you want." He's all, "You know what? It's way better than all the years it's way better than all the years I kept on being referred to as Eddie Murphy's fucking brother." So he was like, he loved it. He was like, "Oh, that's right. Say Charlie Murphy all you want." So say it it's better than being Eddie Murphy's fucking brother.
Well, he's always lived in Eddie Murphy's shadow.
And Eddie Murphy confirmed that all those stories that he told on that guy's show were true. Those they were not made up. All the stuff that he mentioned on those shows, this Charlie Murphy stories, those were true stories. So the whole story with him going playing against b-ball against Prince totally happened. Everything that happened with Rick James totally happened.
It's too bad that he wasn't able to do more, because I mean, I'm sure Charlie Murphy had way more, different stories. So it's too bad they didn't write a book or something of that sort with that, like all his stories in it or whatever. But yeah, I remember I used to love those freaking Charlie Murphy's Hollywood stories. They're fucking classic. I'm Rick James, bitch. But then, like Dave Chappelle had said, years later, he's like, "Oh, well," he's like, kind of got tired of like being out in public, and he's like, "I'm at Disneyland with my kids." People going, "I'm Rick James, bitch." I'm with my kids. This is Disneyland. What the hell? I'm Rick James, bitch. Well, it's like Eddie was speaking to Eddie Murphy. Remember when Eddie Murphy was like saying he's all every time I'm in public, people walk up to me like, Eddie Murphy, fuck you. Fuck you, guy. I know you, Eddie. Fuck you. Who the fuck you, guy? Hilarious, yeah. But Carl Spence, he was I mean, we gotta take pictures of him and stuff. Like we saw him twice. Once at the Irvine Improv, and then we saw him once in Pomona. I forgot the name of the theater was, but it was in Pomona we saw him. Glamorous, of course. Pomona, California.
Yeah, it is a glamorous place. I went to a concert there one time, Fox Theater.
That might be where I saw him.
Well, okay, let's be honest. Pomona's better than Long Beach.
The glitz and the glam. The glitz and the glam, That's what it's all about, the glitz and the glam.
Did you ever go to Pomona around the time that they were filming I think it was Cat in the Hat. They filmed Cat in the Hat right there in Pomona in this one tire street, and they painted all the buildings for the movie. And for like the longest time, the building still had the paint on it. They never changed it. So it was amazing to go down there one time because there was like this kind of swap meet that was going on that street, and I was like, wow, these buildings really look cool. It was amazing that they kept the color up for about a good 2 years.
Sweet. Well, people, I do have to go because I do have to play Uber again for this evening. But we'll be back tomorrow night. Do another show at 8:30.
No vinyl.
Show another live stream.
Let me correct that, Vinyl Kid.
I always thought Pomona was ghetto. That's what I always assumed was.
Pomona is not ghetto. Not as ghetto as Long Beach. Long Beach is ghetto, and I'll stand by that.
It can be. Certain parts of Long Beach can be.
Yeah, ghetto. No, and you know what? Pomona is not Rialto. Okay.
But then again, I mean, it's not like Lisa. Lisa lives on the hard streets. I'm not going to say where she lives, but she lives on the hard streets right there.
Where I live is not.
Got record producers fucking shooting people and shit in her.
Where I live is
crazy
not
around there.
Where I live is not ghetto. Okay, I don't live in the ghetto. You know what's the ghetto of the Asian
murderers walking around with crazy wigs?
Roland Heights might be the ghetto of the Asian community. But no.
Roland Heights? Really? I thought the Roland Heights was on it. Well, it was when I was younger. When I was working for that video game company, I used to go back and forth to Roland Heights.
I changed my answer. So. That's El Monte. El Monte's the ghetto of the Asians.
Okay, Fox Guy has a joke for us. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this joke. Let's see. Guy walks into a bar and sees a sign hanging over the bar which reads, cheese sandwich $1.50, chicken sandwich $2.50, hand job $10. Checking his wallet for the necessary payment, he walks up to the bar and beckons one of the three exceptionally attractive blondes serving drinks to an eager-looking group of men. Got to give me the next part here. Come on now, Fox Guy. Keep them coming. He's probably typing it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Pomona.
No, that's it. I'm not giving you the fucking punchline. That's it.
No, Kicks. Pomona is not 100% great. I mean, Pomona does have some ghetto areas because I used to go to Pomona a lot because my sister went to school there, and so we were always in Pomona. But yeah, it's not 100% great. Yeah, it's
okay,
kind of overrated.
Maybe it was the punchline. He only was hanging.
Come on. I need to know.
Oh no!
I need to know.
It's Attack of the freaking Snowman.
Come on.
The Snowman wants to know the rest of the joke.
We need to know. Does he go for the hand jobs? Because I wouldn't pay because if you're paying for your hand jobs, you need to not do a hand job.
So Fox Guy says, yes, she inquires with a knowing smile. Can I help you? Okay.
Don't leave it.
That's the joke.
That's the joke. That was not.
I was wondering, whispers the man, are you the one who gives the hand jobs? Yes, she purrs. Indeed, I am. The man replies, well, wash your fucking hands. I want a cheese sandwich.
Oh, damn. Oh, God.
Oh, Lisa, I want a cheese sandwich.
Well, you know what, Dusty? You have a kitchen. You have bread. You have cheese.
Woo, she didn't just say bacon. She's like, make it.
Well, because you know what?
You scared
you
my
know
kitty.
What?
Stop.
Okay, you know what? You know who I'd make a cheese sandwich for? That kitty over there, because look at how adorable he is.
You don't eat cheese. Dairy's supposed to be bad for kitties.
Oh well, I'll make him
He's
a kitty
adorable,
cat. I'll make
no
him
cheese.
a tuna. I'll make him a tuna sandwich.
Tuna's supposed to be bad. They say the tuna, you're only supposed to feed it to him in moderation. You're not supposed to.
Oh. Yeah. Well, then I'll make him a cat food sandwich.
Grown cats can't digest dairy, but kittens can. You can give cheese to kittens, but not once they're grown. You shouldn't give it to them.
He's got more teeth than his brother, though. I think they're both from the same litter. I think because they both, like the gray one. He's like, I know he's a Russian blue, but he has like some stripes. You can see it through his like coat that he has some stripes just like this one. I think they may be from the same litter. So maybe, but like they end up getting the zoomies late at night where they start playing with each other. But now since they've been brought in every night, they're starting to get used to sleeping at night.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like, oh, I guess we don't have to run around anymore. It's like
they got a nice house. And Kitty, I will make you a cheese sandwich because I love you.
He's gonna be all, why is that weird lady talking about cheese sandwiches? He's all, she's not coming over here, is she? Just kidding.
No, we had a kitty when I was little, but my dad got rid of it immediately.
Oh, did he take him to the farm?
No, I'm not going to tell you what happened to the kitty.
I don't know what happened, but it was delicious.
You know what? We lived in an apartment probably about 15 years ago. 15 years ago, and we had a cat. My daughter had a cat named Sunshine. It was a small little tabby.
Yeah.
And the manager had a knip when she got this cat. And I had told her, do not get a cat. We're not supposed to have them. We can't have, our lease forbids us from having them. And we didn't know about making them emotional support animals and stuff like that back then. So, or else we could have did that. We didn't know about that. So manager threw a knip. We had to get rid of him. I gave him to this sweet old lady who loved him. And she still has him. And my daughter has never let me live it down. It's like my daughter, like every time she wants to make me feel bad, she'll be like, I remember Sunshine, my kitty. I remember Sunshine. I'll be like, Sunshine's fine. Sunshine is fine. Sunshine's living over in Irvine. He's living his best life. Enough with fucking Sunshine. Yeah. I know, but I miss him.
Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we're out of here, people. I better get my ass on the road. Right. So I will end up talking to everybody later. See everybody tomorrow night. I'll go ahead and I'll send out the links like I did tonight. So
sounds good.
8:30 tomorrow.
Love you
Hang
all.
out. I think it's a busy night on Mondays, but shit, like we care. Right now, I got 3 viewers, so we're like keeping up with what the wax said. We're under 5 viewers. He's all, they end up playing a 5 viewers. They talk to 5 viewers. What do we care? It's like true. All 3 of you. So we love you 3 people.
Yeah, we love you. We love you.
All right. Talk to everybody later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right.